Hey there, cowpokes. This is Jeff 101 Bronson back with the second part of my 160 Spaghetti Western Life ranking. This is part two, like I said. Yes, I did just use a copyrighted bit of music for the intro. Last week, I used a copyright free one, and I still got a copyright claim, so I figured, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to use one from a Spaghetti Western then. Anyway, yes, welcome to the 160 Spaghetti Western Countdown ranking. We last left off at number 100, and we're going to pick it up right there. For number 100, we're going to go to 50, and then next week, we're going to do part 3, which will be the finale, in which we'll be tackling the top 50 spaghetti westerns in the way that I've ranked them, like I said. By all means, let me know some of your favorites in the chat and some of your takes on these westerns that I'll be covering tonight in the chat. Looks like we don't have anybody coming in yet. However, we do have a recap, of course, of what we've done so far, because it's been a week. It's been a week since part 1, so obviously I know we might not remember all the films that we covered last week, so I've put together a little recap, which I will play right now. Yeah, so it's a recap that I did at the end of the last stream, but just it's sped up, so it won't take so long. But yeah, here's the, here's places 160 to 100, recapped by Chipmunk Jeff.
Number 160, my least favorite spaghetti western of the ones I own, is God's Gun with Lee Van Cleef and Jack Palance. Execution with John Richardson. Then we have Metallo at 158. 10 Kills Come From Afar at 157. The Belle Star Story at 156. My Name is Mallory at 155. $100,000 for Ringo at 154. The Beast with Klaus Kinski at 153. What Am I Doing in the Middle of the Revolution at 52. Those Dirty Dogs at 151. Man, Pride and Vengeance at 150. 149, Man of the East. Nevada Clint, 148. Django Strikes Again, 147 is where it is. Django and Sartana Are Coming, It's the End at 146. Death at Old Rock at 45. 145 that is. Up the McGregors, or Seven Women for the McGregors at 144. Savage Gringo at 143. The Last Tomahawk at 142. Quinto Fighting Proud, 141. Dead Man Don't Make Shadows at 140. Buried and Deep at 149. Hands of a Gunfighter at 138. A Barrel Full of Dollars at 137. Payment of Lux at 146. Gunfighter Red Sands at number 135. Pecos Cleans Up, 134. It Can Be Done Amigo, 133. Don't Turn the Other Cheek, 132. Ring of Nebraska at 131. A Few Dollars for Django at 130. Hate Thy Neighbor, 129. Why Go On Killing, 128. El Rojo, 127. Shamango, 126. Massacre Grand Canyon, 125. God Forgives I Don't, 124. The White, the Yellow, and the Black, 123. Tequila Joe, 122. The Column Cemetery, 121. Coffin for the Sheriff, 120. The Moment to Kill at 119. Five Man Army, 118. The Tramplers, 117. Professionals for Massacre, 116. Dead Man Don't Count, 115. Death Smith and Johnny Ayers, 114. Ramon the Mexican, number 113 it is. And Wanted at 112. Fighting Fist of Shanghai Joe at 111. A Town Called Bastard, 110. Last of the Batman at 109. Unholy Four at 108. Seven Guns from McGregor's at 107. A Gun for 100 Graves at 106. Yeah, 106. My Name is Pecos at 105. For the Apocalypse at 104. The Pill is Free or Gunfight High Noon at 103. Tails You Lose at 102. Django Shoots First at 101. And number 100, Hole in the Forehead or A Bullet Between the Eyes or A Hole Between the Eyes.
Yeah, it's a hole between the eyes, Chipmunk Jeff. That cracks me up. Like I sped up the bit, like I said, of last week, where I did the recap at the end, and it sounded like a fucking chipmunk. I was like, you know what? It makes me laugh. Let's put it in there. It might make some of you chuckle and laugh. Who knows? But no, we left off with number 100, Hole Between the Eyes. So let's get right into picking it up from there. So again, I'm going to show that poster for A Hole Between the Eyes or A Hole in the Forehead. So that was number 100. So now we go in within the actual top 100 spaghetti westerns. So at number 99, we have a Sergio Corbucci spaghetti western, which we've covered a few Corbucci's so far. Again, in the previous few picks, we've had The White, the Yellow, and the Black. What Am I Doing in the Middle of Revolution? And Massacre Grand Canyon. Now we have a really good Sergio Corbucci film, and not top 50 or top 30 or whatever good enough. Again, I still like it, but there's so many westerns in this genre, it's hard to rank. But at number 99, we have Sergio Corbucci's The Specialist from 1969, if I'm not mistaken. Again, let me actually confide in my list here. Let me see if that is actually correct. It is 1969, directed by Sergio Corbucci, like I said. Yeah, starring Johnny Hallyday, Gaston Mouchin, and Francois Fabian, and it's available on Blu-ray. Actually, I don't know if this particular Blu-ray is still available, but Eureka in the UK, I've put this out on Blu-ray with somewhat of a almost complete English audio track. It's hard to track this down with an English audio track, but this one has it mostly in English. There's some scenes where it switches to French because I don't think there's a full English dub of the film, but again, this was a discussion point last week. A lot of people do prefer watching them in the original language, like Italian or whatever. I just prefer these in English, to be honest. But yeah, that's number 99 for The Specialist. Let's go to number 98 with a Tomas Milian spaghetti western. I think it's actually the very first spaghetti western that Tomas Milian did before he became a big star with his next western after this, which was The Big Gun Down. So this is obviously not The Big Gun Down. At number 98, we have The Bounty Killer, aka The Ugly Ones, which I'm not a fan of either title. I actually do like the German title for this one. No coffin or no dollars, no coffin is pretty much what that loosely translates to. But yeah, Tomas Milian, The Bounty Killer, or The Ugly Ones. Again, The Ugly Ones is kind of a rip-off of the band The Ugly, using The Ugly in the title. And The Bounty Killer is a very generic one, so I do like the German translation of the title. But yeah, Tomas Milian's first spaghetti western, also starring Richard Weiler. It's definitely not a bad one. This one's directed by Eugenio Martin, who has done a few. And yeah, this is a really good one. But again, there's just so many. It's hard to to really compare, to other ones when you've done. We have somebody in the chat. Hey, Mr. Dan is here. Mr. Dan, welcome. The Hellbenders. Yeah, the Hellbenders is awesome. I love the Hellbenders, man. We're still far off from mentioning that one, but I'm glad you enjoy it. Yes, it's definitely one that I do recommend people trying to get into or trying to watch more spaghetti westerns. Is definitely a recommendation. So I'm glad you picked up on that one and you watched it and you enjoyed it. And Ramon is here, the Dutch film of. Hey, Ramon. Ramon was here last week as well was Mr. Dan. But yeah, that's The Bounty Killer anyway at number 98. Actually, I keep trying to tell you guys the ratings for this, and I forget a lot of the times, but actually The Bounty Killer has a 5.8 on IMDb, which is low. I give it a 6 myself. Like I said, it's from 1960. What is the fucking year on this? 1965. So yeah, it's definitely before The Big Gun Down. But yeah, that's The Bounty Killer at 98. At 97, we have a Giuliano Gemma spaghetti western, which is actually directed by Giulio Petroni, who is the director of Death Rides a Horse with Lee Van Cleef and John Philip Law. And he's done some others. This one is a really good one. This one does have comedy elements in it, but I don't mind the comedy bits in this one. And I do like the title for it. It's a long title. I do like the longer titles. A Sky Full of Stars for a Roof. Now, the title, well, it's a weird title, and I do also like it at the same time, if you know what I mean. Because, yeah, the title has no relation to anything that really happens in the film. But it is cool, and it's like, yeah, try saying that 10 times fast, right? The Germans shortened this title to just Amigos. But yeah, it stars Giuliano Gemma and Mario Adorf, and it's directed by Giulio Petroni, like I said, with a music score by Ennio Morricone. And it is a really good one. The opening scene of this one is one of the best opening scenes in a spaghetti western, which I will not talk about too much. We'll just have to check it out for yourself. But yeah, Amigos, aka Sky Full of Stars for a Roof. And is this actually the first Giuliano Gemma film we're No, it's not, because we mentioned The White, the Yellow, and the Black in the last episode. Yeah, I do like Giuliano Gemma. He's done quite a few spaghetti westerns. Ramon has rated The Ugly Ones 3 out of 5. Yeah, out of 5 stars, that would probably be my rating for it as well. Yeah, I do like this one as well. That's why it did crack the top 100. The Morricone score. Again, if they're fans of the video game Red Dead Revolver, one of the themes from this film does appear in Red Dead Revolver. And it's actually one of the few Morricone tracks that is on that video game soundtrack. But yeah, I do love the soundtrack for this one. Yeah, the opening scene is fantastic. And I do like Mario Adolf. Yeah, Mario Adolf is one of my favorite supporting actors in this genre, or in any Italian genre, because he's great in some giallos that he's popped up in and Eurocrime films. I actually just recently watched Caliber 9 again with him in it, and Gaston Mouchin, the Fernando De Leo Eurocrime film. I thought he was fantastic in that one as well. But that's Sky Full of Stars for a Roof. Did I tell the rating for this one? Let's actually do the rating for it. Yeah, there it is. It has a 5.9 on IMDb, which isn't bad. Again, I gave this one a 6, so right there in the middle, I guess. And next up, we go to a film directed by Giuseppe Colisi, and this is one of the Bud Spencer, Terence Hill ones. We mentioned God Forgives, I Don't in the last one, which actually, thinking about it, I do think I will put that one higher if I ever redo this list, because I do really like God Forgives, I Don't. But right here, another one of those films made it into the top 100, and this is Ace High from 1968. Yeah, the 68. Yeah, Giuseppe Colisi, starring Terence Hill, Bud Spencer, and the great Eli Wallach. And I do have that on the Kino Lorber Blu-ray right here. So this one is available. It's there you go. It's there's Eli Wallach. So I do like this one quite a bit. Yeah, I actually do prefer to God Forgives, I Don't, which, yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, if we go to the 5-star rating scale, that would be probably my rating for Sky Full of Stars for a Roof. But for Ace High, I give Ace High. Again, we're still with the 6, and we're now at the part where I give these films like 6 or 6.5. I'll probably give this one 6.5. To be honest, Ace High. If I can find it, it has a 6.2 in IMDb, so it's a higher ranking Western IMDb as well, with 5,049 user votes. So yeah, that's based on that, on IMDb anyway. Oh, and it's Ramon's favorite of the trilogy, Ace High, 3.5 stars out of 5 again. Cool. We seem to be on the same page. Maybe not with the placement of the films, but definitely in terms of the rating we give it. Anyway, next up is another Giulio Petroni film. Like I say, he's done a few more. This is not Death Rides a Horse. Don't worry, that will be very, very high. No, actually at number 95, because yeah, Ace High was 96. At number 95, we actually have a 1969 Western once again, which again gets a 6 or a 6.5. It has a 6.2 in IMDb. The Italian title is La Notte del Serpenti. I probably butchered that, but the translation of that is Night of the Serpents. And it is known on my DVD release as Nest of Vipers. Oh yeah, and I did forget to show this particular edition in the last stream, because Tales You Lose made it. I think this one came at 106 or something. But yeah, this is the double feature of Nest of Vipers and Tales You Lose. So here's Tales You Lose. I do have it. But now we're focusing on Nest of Vipers, which this one, Luigi Pistelli is in this one. I do love Luigi Pistelli. He's a great character actor in the genre. And yeah, the main star I actually don't know, Luke Askew. Yeah, probably butchered that as well. But yeah, Nest of Vipers, it's a rare one. It's a really rare one. It's hard to find this one. I was lucky enough to get this Wild East double feature by shit, and I just fucking dropped that set double feature on the floor. No, I got this one thanks to Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan, my spaghetti western, my spaghetti western brother in arms, if you will. So yeah, thank you once again, Carlos, if you are watching. Rating on IMDb for genre cinema is always too low, yes, but I do want to mention them, especially how they compare to my own ratings. Hey, Patrick is here. Hey, Patrick. Patrick is here to learn about some macaroni westerns, spaghetti westerns, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, Nest of Vipers. That's a lot of these films have great titles. A lot of the Italian genre films have great. Just look at the giallo films, man. There's some great titles there. But yeah, Nest of Vipers, I agree. It's a great one. A great title. I do like this next title as well, which this one is on the double feature of Wild East that I have with Massacre Grand Canyon. But I'm going to show the separate Blu-ray edition of it that I have from Germany, which of course they slap Django on there because it's Germany. But no, next up is a if I can find it, yeah, a film directed by Vincenzo Mussolino. It has a 6.1 on IMDb. I give it a 6 once again. The Italian title is Cido perdona addio non a me, which translates to May God forgive you, but not me, or God will forgive you, I won't. One of those variations. And yeah, it's a Django film in Germany. And look at that cover. It's one of my favorite covers of a spaghetti western right here. But the German Django title, which again, this film has nothing to do with Django, but this is Germany for you. I mean, Django was popular there, so they slapped Django on like pretty much every other spaghetti western that came out there. But this one translates to Django the Cold against the throat, I guess. It's a rough translation that I'm making there, but that's kind of what it translates to. But this one stars George Arneson, and who else is in this? Anthony Guidra. I think we covered a few Anthony Guidra spaghetti westerns so far. He's been in a few, and yeah, it's a really good one. It's really violent. Obviously, if you can tell, this image does happen in the film. But yeah, it's a good one. That one, like I said. Yeah, Django is everywhere, and the D is silent. But yeah, sometimes it's without the D. So sometimes they make Django just the J, right? So yeah. Django is everywhere, especially in Germany. I think Franco Nero told a story of like Django was so successful for him in Germany that even if he did a film that was not related to the Western genre at all, they would still call it Django. Like I think he did a film with Enzo Castellari called The Shark Hunter, and that's called Django and the Shark or something. But yeah, in Germany. But that's 94. It's May God forgive you, but I won't, or God will forgive you, I won't. Yeah, again, one of those titles. Germany did the same thing with martial arts films. Everything had Bruce Lee in the title. Yes, Bruce Lie or Bruce Lieh, right? Yeah, you got the Bruce Lee rip-offs as well. But I think we actually will get to one spaghetti western that they tried to do a Bruce Lee thingy with. No, I think we covered that in the last one, actually. That was Fighting Fist of Shanghai Joe. I think that was Lo Lee, and I think they sometimes they spell that as Lee, like Bruce Lee. So yeah. Let's wet my beak a little bit. Because your throat gets dry when you talk this much. Tends to happen. I'm Django. No, I'm Django. Apologies to Spartacus. Yeah, that was 94. Was God Will Forgive You, I Won't. Let's go on to number 93 and let's get back to the list again. 93 is a film from 65, so it's kind of early, but definitely post Sergio Leone. This one is directed by Giovanni. Oh, we got two films of his coming up, I see. Giovanni Grimaldi. Yeah, 65. And the Italian title is All'ombra di uno colt, which translates, or the English title for that one is In a Colt's Shadow. And this film also has the Pistoleros name on it in Germany. Let's see, like I said, this one is from 65. It has a 5.9 IMDb, and again, I probably give this one a 6. And I do have that on a German Blu-ray. So there you go. That's Pistoleros in Germany. And yeah, directed by Gianni Grimaldi, like I said, starring Stephen Forsyth, Corrado San Martin, and Anne Sherman, which probably is a pseudonym. I don't think that's a, but yeah. Yeah, that's a really good Italian Western. It's a little bit of a cult favorite. I know a good buddy of mine, Donnie, Cinemaniac77, he's no longer really doing much YouTube videos, but I think he's raved about the film in the past. I think he really likes it as a spaghetti western. So it's highly recommended from him. I do like it. Like I said, obviously it cracked the top 100, but Anyway, let's greet Mike Barrett, another great spaghetti western compañero here, Brothers in Arms. Mike Barrett knows a lot about the spaghetti western as well. Good to see you here, Mike. So yeah, welcome. Ramona's never seen this one. I do recommend it, Ramona. It's really good. It has a great music score by Nico Fedenko. Actually, it's actually, let's show you the back of it a little bit. There you go. I think it's still available. Oh yes, Giovanni Grimaldi did the next one as well. So we have a Giovanni Grimaldi double feature coming up, or right now happening. Let's see. Words and Pictures here. Hey, Words and Pictures, welcome. 100 to 50. So these are the middle children who have to act up to get attention. High def gowns playing. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Anyway, welcome, Words and Pictures. There's definitely a lot of violence in these westerns, in these spaghetti westerns, that's for sure. Liking all these German. Yes, they, even if they do put Django on them too much for my liking, I do like the German releases. Yeah. But it gets confusing when you have this many Django films, in your collection. Anyway, that was 93, Pistoleros, or In the Cold Shadow. That's going to number 92, where we have, yes, another one by Giovanni Grimaldi, which has a 5.6 on IMDb, and that's based on only 338 user votes. Not many people have seen this one, or not many people have rated it on IMDb anyway. But it's called Johnny Cold, or also known as Star Black, starring Robert Woods. And I do have that on the German DVD. I should actually, the Germans have a Blu-ray of this as well. I should get this on Blu-ray. And again, Django is on the title in Germany. And this one is Django, the Black God of Death, I guess. Yeah, let's translate it like that. But no, it's Star Black. Again, there you go. Giovanni Grimaldi directed this one, just like the previous one. And yeah, I do like Robert Woods. I like a lot of his spaghetti western like this one. This is kind of like a Zorro-esque spaghetti western, because Robert Woods is dressed in like this black get-up, this black mask and stuff. Like, it's actually right there. That's pretty much how he looks in most of the film. So it's really, it's kind of gothic. It's violent. I do really like this one. I do believe actually Robert Woods actually sings the main theme for this one, or he is involved with the music somehow. I think he sings a song on the soundtrack for Star Black. But no, Star Black, it's a good film. It's a good spaghetti western. Did I tell you what I'll probably give it a 6, like I said. That is my rating for it. Yes, it is. So yeah, Johnny Cold or Star Black. Star Black is the most common title. Oh crap. Almost skipped the comment. There we go. Ramona saying, I do own a lot of the German DVD releases from Koch Media. Excuse me. The last couple of years, I stopped buying spaghetti westerns. I do own like on 25, I guess. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, Italian westerns. Yeah, obviously we know Ramona has a top 12,000, right? So yeah, Ramona's seen a lot of films, but yeah, it is really. I do really recommend it. It's really good. It is really good. So that comes in 92. For number 91 is my only exception of where I chose a film that I don't physically own in the collection, but I have seen this one on YouTube and I own a download copy of it. But no, I do have to get this one on physical because it is available on a German DVD, but it does not have English audio. But this is a great Peter Lee Lawrence film coming up. Peter Lee Lawrence he's done tons of spaghetti westerns. So this is, again, like I said, the only exception where I don't have a physical copy to show you at the moment. It's called I Giorni della Violenza in Italy. It has a 6.2 on IMDb. No, I'm reading the wrong one. It's 5.5 on IMDb. It's 1967. Directed by Alfonso Braccia. And it is, the English title is Days of Violence. So again, I do not have a physical copy to show you for this particular one. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it plenty of times, actually. I've seen this one quite a bit. It is, I don't usually promote the fact that it is on YouTube, but it is actually with a really good print on YouTube. It's like high quality, high definition print on YouTube. So if it's on there, there's no shaming in checking it out, because some of these don't have physical releases with English audio, and it is available with English audio on YouTube. So you know what? If there's no physical edition that has that audio option, I say go for it. So you know, there's you can obviously get bootlegs of it, but and I probably might get the official German Blu-ray of it. But yeah, I do love that one with Peter Lee Lawrence. Again, I think we talked about this one in the last stream, where I think Ramon wasn't the biggest fan of Peter Lee Lawrence, but I love the guy. I think he was great for the films he was in. I think they really played to his strength. They oftentimes, they used him as a young kid who was learning the ropes and stuff, and because he was really young, because Peter Lee Lawrence, I think, was 30 years old when he died. So he did these spaghetti westerns when when he was in his mid-20s. So he was a really, really young, baby-faced star of the genre, and he died very young. But I really like Peter Lee Lawrence, and he'll be coming up a few more times, obviously, within the ranking. But I do like this particular film quite a bit. No, actually, that was including the ones that are from the last update. Actually, the Vengeance and those films that I showed in the update, they made it into this list, and that's how it came to be on 160. The fact that I was confused at first, where I thought I had 150 instead of 160, is because there was a batch that I never included on Letterboxd. So when I compiled the list, I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm missing this film. And like I never, for some reason, I forgot to put some of the films I watched over years on the Letterboxd list, where this list originated from, let's say. But no, it is 160 at the moment. And believe me, if I included every film that I have seen but do not own, this would be a 180 list, or 190 even. Because there's a lot of films on YouTube, a lot of spaghetti westerns on YouTube, actually, that are not on physical media. Ramon owns the German DVD. I think it's Peter Lee Lawrence's best western. Well, I don't think it's his best, because there's still quite a few to mention, but it is definitely one of his best for me, for sure. But again, Ramon is not a big fan of Peter Lee Lawrence, or Karl Heirenbach, which is his original German name. I only own a couple of Peter Lee Lawrence spaghettis. I wish I owned more, because like I said, I do like the guy. I do like his spaghetti westerns. Anyway, let's go to number 90. We're going to have our first official Sartana entry into this list. Yeah, all Sartana films are right where they belong, in the top 100, because all Sartana films are great. But this one definitely is my least favorite of the official Sartana films. It's the only one not starring Gianni Garco. For the fans among us, you already know which one I'm talking about. But I'm going to make it official. Anyways, from 1970, it has a 6.2 in IMDb. And I give it a 6.5 probably myself. I still like it. I really liked it on the recent rewatch that I had of it. But number 90, we have Sartana's here, Traitor Pistol for a Coffin, which, for the uninitiated among us, Sartana is a 4 or 5 movie series of official films, and a lot of spin-offs like Django and stuff. But there are 5 official Sartana films. This is one of them. But for 4 of the films, it was Gianni Garco who donned the costume and played Sartana, well, arguably the best. And then for this one film, it was George Hilton who took over and played Sartana. And that is available on the Great Sartana box set from Arrow Video. And this is the individual copy that comes from that box set of Sartana's here, Traitor Pistol for a Coffin, which, again, it is a really good film. Not too much on the back. It's Arrow. They don't put pictures on the back, but yeah. It is really good. Still, this one has Erica Blank in. I do love Erica Blank. Great actress in these Italian genre films. So that's number 90. A Sartana's here, Traitor Pistol for a Coffin. At number 89, we go to a spaghetti western from 1966, directed by Carlo Lezani. And this one has a really good cast. Among others, Henry Silva is in this particular one here. The Italian title is Un fiume di dolori. And it has a 5.8 on IMDb. And again, I'd probably give this one 6.5 myself. We're at that level now for sure. And it is from 1966, like I said. Let's pull it up. There we go. The Hills Run Red. Starring Thomas Hunter and Henry Silva and Dan Dorea, with a fantastic music score by the maestro Ennio Morricone. There's the German Blu-ray of it. Great artwork there, I must say. This is the German Blu-ray by Explosive Media. There you go. I think also isn't, yeah, Nicoletta Machiavelli's in this one. So she's the main girl from Navajo Joe. She's been in a few spaghetti westerns. She's in this one as well, and I do love Nicoletta Machiavelli. This is actually a Dino De Laurentiis production. This one. So, but yeah, it's a really good spaghetti western. Do really highly recommend it. I gotta pause and acknowledge this gentleman here in the chat who is responsible for giving me a lot of spaghetti westerns that I have. Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan. He says, "Hi Jeff and guys in the chat. Will watch this and replay tonight. We'll try to make it for the ranking of 50 to number 1. Oh yes, and my number 1 will shock everyone. Yeah, I think everybody will know what that is, but in due time. Anyway, thanks Carlos, and no worries, buddy. Always appreciate the support, and hope you'll like the stream when you put it on playback. Anyway, Mike Barrett says, "Own the Kino Blu-ray of Hills Run Red." Yeah, it is a really good spaghetti western. It is. And yeah, not to be confused, of course, with the horror film that is also called The Hills Run Red. That is obviously much earlier and different genre. But yeah, it's a really good spaghetti western. There we go. So that was a number, what is it, 89? It was 89, so let's go to number 88. Some more Peter Lee Lawrence. I have another Peter Lee Lawrence film right here, and I do like this one quite a bit. That's actually, oh yeah, I read it. Yeah. It is from 1967. It has a 5.9 IMDb based on 148 user voting. So yeah, again, not many people have left a rating on this one for IMDb. Again, 6.5, probably what I give it. Italian title. Bear with me. El hombre que mató a Billy el Niño. It's known in English as A Few Bullets More, or The Man Who Killed or Shot Billy the Kid, as it says right there. And I have this on the German Wild Coyote DVD. There it is, Peter Lee Lawrence in full glory there. And the German title, his wanted poster is no... How do I translate? It's tough to translate, actually. It's no... I'll get back to that later. No, it's too hard to translate right now. But no, it is a really good spaghetti western. So this is kind of Billy the Kid and you know, that story. You know, pretty much. Trying to look who else is in this one actually. Yeah, Gloria Milan is in this one. Yeah, she plays the mom. It's directed by Julia Books, by the way, this film. And yeah, I do recommend this one quite a bit. I think this might be on YouTube actually, but this is a really underrated Peter Lee Lawrence film. And if you can find it, it's worth seeking out, because I was really impressed with that film in particular. That's one of the first of Peter Lee Lawrence that I saw. That one actually made me a fan. That's one of the first ones I've seen of his. I like listening to the Alex Cox. Yes, he's done a few on the Kino ones, hasn't he? Yeah, for Hellbenders. I have the Kino Blu-ray of the Hellbenders. He's on there. I think he's also on the Ace High Blu-ray actually. But yeah, I do like Alex Cox's commentaries as well actually. Now that you mentioned that. Number 87. Who's ready for some Klaus? Because I know I am. Klaus Kinski. It's been a minute since we mentioned anything with Kinski. And at number 87, we have a pretty good Kinski film. That almost just dropped to the floor once again. Saved it right in time. At number 87, here we go. Due Volta Glidia. Yeah. Let's not bother with the Italian titles anymore. I'm butchering them anyway. But no, it's from 1968, has a 5.4 IMDb based on 469 user votes. It is directed by Nando Cicero. And again, I give this probably a 6.5. It stars Antonio Sabato and Klaus Kinski, like I said, and it is twice a Judas. So yeah, not once a Judas, not 3 times a Judas, but no, only twice a Judas. And that is available on the Wild East DVD double feature, along with another Klaus Kinski film and God Said to Cain. But again, we're focusing on Twice a Judas, which, yeah, it's a really good one. It deals with Antonio Sabato, who kind of has lost his memory. He comes to the town. Everybody kind of knows what's going on. Everybody knows who set him up or who is the bad guy. Obviously, it's Kinski. Spoilers. Well, is it a spoiler? No, I don't think so. But everybody knows Kinski's the villain, but then Sabato doesn't know it's Kinski, and actually, yeah, it's one of those stories where, yeah, the hero has to kind of catch up to the audience because we know what's going on. The people in town know what's going on, but the hero doesn't know what's going on. So it's one of those sort of films. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Twice a Judas. Actually, a pretty solid one. Yeah, me too, man. Kinski in a film, and I'm sold. Yeah, that's all you need to sell a film to me. Just tell me Kinski's in, and I'll watch it. Yeah, he brings the edge for sure. It was actually one of the first Wild East editions that I got. Again, I have to thank this gentleman here. He's the one that actually got me this edition. So yeah, thank you, Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan. That was a few years. That was our first trade package, if I'm not mistaken. The first package that Carlos sent to me a few years ago. But yeah, that was one of the first Wild East titles for me. And I'm very thankful again, like I said. We got some more Kinski coming up in the next few spots. I don't think for this one, for number 86, or is it? No, we have another Sartana film at 86, another official Sartana film, that is. And this is the last Sartana film, at least in the box set from our video. It's the one that comes last. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to bother with the Italian title for this one because that's a long ass title. Directed by Giuliano Carnimeo from 1971, starring the one, the only Gianni Garco back as Sartana for The Last Hurrah, and this is Light the Fuse, Sartana is Coming, which this one is a really good one. Again, I think this is the one with the church organ in the street, which the big organ that shoots guns and stuff and has explosives from what I remember. But yeah, here's the Arrow Blu-ray for that one, Light the Fuse, Sartana is Coming. And I think this one has music score by Bruno Nicolai, and one of the queens of this genre and the queens of the giallo genre, Nives Navarro. She's in this one. I love Nives Navarro. She's been in both of the Ringo films with Giuliano Gemma. She was in Days of Violence, or Days of Vengeance, I should say, with Giuliano Gemma. She's in and The Big Gun Down. She's in that one as well. I love Nives Navarro, and she's in this one as well, right here. So do recommend this one. It's I recommend any of the official Sartana films because all 5 of them are just fantastic. Even the one with Hilton, like I said. This might actually be Mike Barrett's favorite. Oh, well, I've always had a different one as a favorite, but it is really good. It's really kick-ass. I think it's the one where he has a little robot sidekick thingy, or that little wind-up toy thingy, whatever it is. I do remember that. It's been a while actually since I watched this particular Sartana film. I was actually going through all of them again recently. Like I said, I still have to watch the 4th and the 5th one. Rewatch them again, let's say. Let's put it that way. Anyway, we're not done with Gianni Garco, and we're also not done with Kinski, because the next 2 films do have Kinski, but this next film also has Gianni Garco starring in the film. And it's not a Sartana film. It's not a Sartana film, this one. The cover that I'm going to show you for the DVD that I have will probably lead you to believe it's a Sartana film, but it's not. But anyway, at number 85, we have Gianni Garco and Klaus Kinski in a 71 spaghetti western, directed by, let's see, Lorenzo Gica Pagliari. Yeah, I probably butchered that. Has a 5.8 on IMDb, and it's called The Price of Death. And Kinski must be awesome, because look at that cover. He's featured on it 3 times there, on the top there. Garco only gets 1 image, but Kinski's on there 3 times. But the particular German DVD that I have, it's like a like a Cinescope edition or whatever it is, German hardbox, which I'm pretty sure this is poster art from like the first or the second Sartana film. And Gianni Garco is credited as John Garco on this one. And the German title is The Gallows Are Waiting, Amigo. And yeah, here's the back of that particular edition. There's Klaus. Look at that. There's Klaus in the jail. But yeah, that's The Price of Death. Not to be confused with The Price of Power, which is with Giuliano Gemma, and a film that will be covered much later down the road. We do have another Klaus coming up in the next one. Ramon owns this one in a Dutch rental VHS with that cool cover. Oh, there you go. Or the one that I showed from the poster. Wait, this one? Yeah, I was thinking this might be a VHS cover. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, that's at number 85. Johnny Garco in The Price of Death, co-starring once again the great Klaus Kinski. Yeah, that one. There you go. I gotcha. So that's at number 85. Let's go to 84. And again, it's more Klaus Kinski. And this is actually a really good Klaus Kinski film. This one, I think The Hateful Eight and Quentin Tarantino, they took some inspiration from this one and The Great Silence, because this one, for a big chunk of it, it takes place like this haberdashery, like this waiting station of the stagecoach. Oh crap. I should get my list ready when I'm going to talk about this film. Yeah, there we go. It's from 1971, directed by Giuseppe Vari. Yeah, like I said, it stars Klaus Kinski. It's a Klaus Kinski starring role in this one, and it is Shoot the Living and Pray for the Dead, which that is a awesome title, isn't it? And it is available on a cool German Blu-ray on the Western Unchained line. Yeah, it's a Quentin Tarantino favorite. So yeah, obviously that's where I think the influence came from for The Hateful Eight, because I'm pretty sure Tarantino loves this one so much that he was like, let's take a little bit from this one. But yeah, there's the poster on the inside. So yeah, Klaus Kinski. Who else is in this one actually? Dean Stranford is in this one, spaghetti western regular. Dino Strano. Not many other regulars in this one, is there? Not that I can see anyway, but it is a really good one. Kinski is pretty brutal in it. Kinski is Kinski, so yeah, it's Kinski unhinged in that film. Yeah, Price of Death. Yeah, it is very giallo, Price of Death, to get back to that one just a little bit. Yeah, this like a murder investigation kind of western, which is interesting. That's why I do like it quite a bit. King Kinski, indeed. Can't go wrong with some Klaus. Shoot the Living, Pray for That. I own the DVD of that edition. There you go. Yeah, it's whether you have the DVD or Blu-ray, it's a kick-ass Kinski film. I think we won't be mentioning Kinski for a while now, because let me look ahead in the list. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we get to some more Kinski, but we just had our fill of Kinski. Let's get to some Lee Van Cleef, shall we? So yeah, we did cover... my least favorite spaghetti western is Batman's River, but I don't own that one, so by that, thanks to that technicality, we do have God's Gun, which made it as my least favorite spaghetti western. So no matter which way you look at it, Lee Van Cleef is in my least favorite spaghetti western. He's done some really good ones, but he's also done, of course, some of the most terrible ones. This one, though, I really like this one. Not many people rate it as highly as I do, probably. But it is another one of these East meets West type of westerns, where like it's like a kung fu kind of infused spaghetti western, in a similar vein to Shanghai Joe, which we mentioned in the last one. But this one has Lee Van Cleef, and it's from 1974, so it's kind of late in the genre. It has a little bit of comedy in it as well. Directed by, let me get the director right. Yes, the great Antonio Margheriti, and let's just put it up. It is I'm getting way too much ahead. No, actually, what happened there? No, this is the one I meant to pull up. The Stranger and the Gunfighter, with Lee Van Cleef and Lo Lee. Yeah, directed by Anthony Dawson, which is the pseudonym for Antonio Margariti. I do have that on the Spanish Blu-ray. I think this is also available on a German Blu-ray now. I think Germany released it last year or 2 years ago at this point. I still have yet to pick that edition up, but I do still have the Spanish Blu-ray of it. So yeah, it's like a Lee Van Cleef spaghetti western with some kung fu elements in it. I do really recommend this one. It's a hoot. This one. It's also known as Blood Money. I think that's the alternate title for it. Just look it up on Google on Spaghetti Western database, and you will find where it's available and where to watch it and what the alternate titles is and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a really good one. I do love The Stranger and the Gunfighter. I do like it quite a bit. Ramon agrees on God's Gun. Never bought a DVD. Well, the only reason I have it is because back in the day it wasn't a triple pack with the Hellbenders and the Belle Star story. I bought that triple pack just for Hellbenders. The other two films were a bonus. Turns out they weren't that much of a bonus, but yeah, that's the only reason I have it on DVD. Lee Van Cleef, the master. Yeah, Lee Van Cleef is the master. Yeah. Ah, yes. Yeah, I think that's another one that's on YouTube. So anyone that wants to check it out, go ahead. It's on after the stream, of course. But no, I think it's available. It's available. I really want to see The Stranger and the Gunfire. Lo Lee is a legend of kung fu film. Yes, and he's pretty good in that film, actually. It's Of course, Ramon knows more about it. I'm not too familiar with all the Hong Kong films. I'm slowly getting into these Hong Kong films, but yeah. He's a Hong Kong legend, according to Ramon. Played the character of Pai Mei twice. From Kill Bill, the Pai Mei, the 5-point palm exploding heart technique. That guy, yeah. Twice in Executioners from Shaolin and Clan of the White Lotus. Yeah, again, these Shaw Brothers films, I really have to dive into those because I've not really gotten into them quite as much yet. But yeah, let's see, we have Stacy here. Oh, Stacy is here from Acres of Movies. Hi, always love your Western rankings. My cousin sings under her name Jaws, started making music under her name Jaws, has 20 million views on TikTok. Wow, that's that's impressive. That's impressive. Awesome. Pai Mei is immortal. Yeah, Pai Mei is he's been played quite a bit in these Hong Kong films. I've heard the story of why Tarantino chose Pai Mei for his film, but yeah, there we go. That was 83. I was just looking at the list here that I've prepared of pictures. We move on to number 82. So yeah, Stranger and the Gunfire, recommend. Again, 6.5 stars is probably what I give it. It won't be long before we move on to the 7s, where I give these films like 7 stars out of 10. But no, that was the Stranger and the Gunfire. Probably this next one I will give a 7. This next one is actually a top 20 Quentin Tarantino spaghetti western. If you go to the spaghetti western database, Quentin Tarantino has done a top 20. He's given his top 20 to the owner of that website, and the website has published it. And this one, I think, made it into his top 20. Obviously, I don't agree that much with QT on this one. I do like it still quite a bit, but not top 20 material for me anyway. But it is still good. It is known as El Desperado, but that's not the common title, which I will tell you in a bit. It has a 6.3 on IMDb, this particular one, so 1967. Directed by Franco Rossetti. And it stars Andrea Giordano. And this, The Dirty Outlaws from 1967. Yeah, 1967. Which, yeah, it's also known as El Desperado, or also as Escondido on the German Blu-ray. But yeah, it is The Dirty Outlaws, which, again, this is a really, really good one. I really like it, but not top 20. But still, it cracked the top 100. It cracked the top well, top 90. So it is still one that I do highly recommend. This one, The Dirty Outlaws, which probably you might find on YouTube as well. Or else, well, this German Blu-ray, it came out not that long ago. 2022. This might still be available if you look for it. It's a lovely media book edition, by the way. But yeah, anyway, that's The Dirty Outlaws, or El Desperado. And yeah, actually, Andrea Giordana, he's actually another favorite of mine that I do rate higher than this one. He's also in Johnny Hamlet by Enzo Castellari. I do prefer that film to this one, but The Dirty Outlaw is definitely not a bad one at all. Anyway, that's at number 82. Let's welcome in some more people in the chat. Sin Nombre, hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello, friend. Hello, welcome to the Spaghetti Western ranking. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the conversation of these spaghetti westerns. Let's go to number 81, which is a film that has Django in the English title, but not surprisingly, actually. Surprisingly not on the German Blu-ray that I have of it. 67, once again, is the year, 1967. That seems to be a big year where a lot of these great ones are made in. Directed by Giuseppe Fari, once again, who we've mentioned him a few times. He's on a few of these great spaghetti westerns. It stars Anthony Guidra once again and George Eastman, and it's called Django the Last Killer, or The Ultimate Killer. I think it's the translation of the Italian title. And on my German Blu-ray, now this is the English title for the film. You would think the Germans would capitalize once again on Django, but this is the German title. Rocco, I'll Kill Him. Yeah, that's I'll Kill Him. Rocco, I'll Kill Him. Yeah. For some reason, the Germans did not put Django on this one, which I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised, actually, because again, there's too many films that they stick Django on. But yeah, this is really good. This is a really good one. This one I picked up, I guess, about a year ago, or about a year and a half ago ish. So I watched that for the first time there, and obviously I liked it enough to be this high in the full ranking. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I do recommend if you can find it. So that's Django the Last Killer, or The Ultimate Killer, or Rocco. But yeah, it's a really good one once again. Anthony Guidra and George Eastman. And the next one I see has George Eastman in it as well. We actually have another spaghetti western comedy coming up for the next one. They're so fucking expensive, those media books. They look awesome, but man, prices have gone, well, they're about 30 euros. About 30 euros a piece, isn't it? So it's not too bad. It's been worse, but maybe that's the price for it now. I don't know, but yeah. I got them when they came out, and they were 25 to 30 euros. So yeah. Neon is filming a new western called Blood Jerky. Who's Neon? Blood Jerky. What a title. Haven't watched it yet. It's on my hard drive. Oh, the Django Last Killer. Okay. The name Django with Romani origins is said to derive from the word that, meaning I awake or awake. Interesting. I actually did not know that. But yeah, I do know that they used the name Django for the film. Well, Django, based on the jazz guitarist Django Reinhardt. So yeah, I know that's where the Django name came from for the Franco Nero film. But I did not know that. And anyway, and that was correct. That was The Last Killer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, next, like I said, it's a spaghetti western comedy coming up. I think this is one of the highest ranking spaghetti western comedies in my list, and everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan of comedies. The trendy films did not make the list because I don't own them. I have seen them, sadly, but no, I do like this one quite a bit here at number. Where are we at? Number 80. Yeah, number 80. Yeah, definitely not going to bother with the Italian title for this one, but it has a 6.1 IMDb, 1972, directed by Michele Lupo and starring Giuliano Gemma and George Eastman. It is Ben and Charlie, which not many people like this one. I probably like this one more than most people, but I really, really did enjoy this one for a spaghetti western comedy. This one actually did have me chuckling a little bit in places. Yeah, this one worked. This one worked for me. I have only seen it the once. I would have to give it a overdue rewatch, but basing it just on the one viewing, I really liked it, and it has lasted with me. This film, I have good memories of it, of watching it. It's left a good impression on me. Let's put it that way. But yeah, Ben and Charlie, which has, like I said, 6.1 IMDb. I do recommend and do like this one. And again, it's available in Germany on another media book from Explosive Media. So probably this one will be another expensive one now. If I'll go by Ramon, what he's saying. Again, I bought these when these came out. So, but yeah, it's Ben and Charlie, the media book right there. Giuliano Gemma, George Eastman. A spaghetti western comedy I like. Now, I was really glad when Germany put this one out, because this was previously available on Wild East, on the Wild East DVD, which went for ridiculous money even then, let alone now. So I was really glad when this came out in Germany, so I could finally own, collect this film and own this film and watch the film. So yeah, Ben and Charlie, great one, great spaghetti western comedy. Also still have to watch California. Is that one coming up is it coming up in this list? Let's see. You know what? I think California might be coming up soon. I don't know how soon. I can't see it, but I think that's included in the pile for today. So California might get a mention later on. Excuse the church clocks going off in the background. Yeah, Lupo did California as well. He directed 5 of my favorite Bud Spencer comedies. He's good. Yes, he's a good director of the films that I've seen of his. I think you need to do a spaghetti western media book collection. You must own. Yes, quite a bit. I actually was thinking of doing a full media book collection, not just the spaghetti westerns, but all of them, because I own like 10 Charles Bronson media books in my collection as well, and like so many different media books. I think at least I must have at least 50 to 60 media books of a few different genres and actors and stuff. So I was actually thinking of doing that. So that could be something coming up soon in the near future. That was Ben and Charlie. Let's move on to number 79. Let's get cracking, as they say. Oh yeah, California will come up soon. Not on this one though, but California will not be long off. But number 79, we have a film from 1967, once again directed by Carlo Lezani, with a 6.5 in IMDb, which I have the Arrow Video Blu-ray of this one. At number 79, we have Lou Castel in Requiescant, or Kill and Pray is another title for it. Kill and Pray. Also with Mark Damon in this one. Now, we mentioned Mark Damon in the last stream. He's been on a few of the mentions so far, a few films, and here he is again. And oh crap! I don't know why I just went ahead way too much in the list again, but no, that was Requiescant or Kill and Pray, and here's the Arrow Video Blu-ray of it. There you go, Lou Castel, Mark Damon, and Pier Paolo Pasolini in this one as well. The Italian director appears in this film. And there's the Arrow Video 2-disc Blu-ray with a booklet. So that's available. I think it actually is still available on Arrow to order from them directly, because I think it was last year or 2 years ago when I ordered this straight off Arrow, and it was still available because they released this one in 2015. And just very recently, I still ordered this one, so I think it's still available. I could be wrong, but at least it was for me anyway. Let's put it that way. It was for me. California's one. Yes, it is. Yeah, very late 70s. That was one of the last. Just like Keoma and Silver Saddle by Fulci. Yeah. Those media books are really 40 euros a piece. For me, they were 30 euros a piece when I bought them. They were 30. Between 25 to 30 is what they were for me. I don't know where the 40 comes from. I never said 40. I like Requiescant. It's like a stranger and I like all stranger and weirder quotations Italian westerns. Yes, that certainly is one of them. Yeah, no, I bought those media books for like 25 to 30 euros max. Maybe I went 35 for like one or two of them, but that's about it. Like 40, you know, I've never actually put down 40 for one of them. So yeah, I can say that. So yeah. Next up at 78 is one of the recent pickups from my from what you guys will have seen in my collection update that I uploaded yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. Directed by Antonio Margheriti once again. This one is from anyway, let's just pull it up. 78. Not from 1978, but at spot 78 is Vengeance, starring Richard Harrison, directed by Antonio Margheriti, which this was a recent pickup, and I really loved watching this film, Vengeance. Yeah, 1968 is the year for that one, with a 6.1 IMDb once again. And yeah, I definitely give this one a strong 7. I've heard many people say it's their favorite Richard Harrison spaghetti western. I've heard a lot of people say it's the best spaghetti western that he's done. Objectively, I would say yes, it is the best Richard Harrison spaghetti western, but subjectively, there's like 2 or 3 that I prefer a little bit to this one. But this one was a damn good and damn entertaining spaghetti western, Vengeance, by the great Antonio Margheriti. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. That's doable. Is that a word, doable? I think it is. I think so. What do you guys say? Anyway, numbers. Oh, crap. We have. Yes, I got this off eBay for like 35 euros. So for me, this one still worked out kind of cheap-esque. I mean, I've seen it go for higher prices, but I got this for 35 euros. I paid more with shipping and stuff because it came from the US, but still, you know, the base price of it was cheaper than I've seen it go for. Let's put it that way. I think I rate this Western 3 out of 5. Yeah, that probably would be maybe 3.5 if we translate that to the 5-star scale. Yeah, but you know, I do really recommend it. Now comes the film we've been talking about for a bit. Ironically, I think it is from 1977, this film, and it is at number 77. It is 1977, directed by Michele Lupo, starring Giuliano Gemma. Now we do have California right here. And this one also stars Raymond Harmstorff. Let's just check the back. William Berger is in this one. Miguel Bose. Music by Gianni Ferrio. And yeah, like I said, directed by Michele Lupo. And I have that on a double feature with Ramon the Mexican, which I showed on the last stream. And I do have this separate German Play on Pictures square box edition of it on Blu-ray. Now I do like these because they come with the poster and the booklet as well, and it's like a little CD edition. But yeah, I like it that they come with the posters in this one. Like, I can say I own a fucking California poster right there. There you go. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, a little booklet and stuff. No, it's the shame about these editions, these square box editions from PlayOn, they only ship within Europe. They don't ship, you know, to the US. They don't ship to the UK. They only ship within European countries. Obviously, since the UK had their Brexit, obviously that's not technically part of the EU anymore, so they don't ship there. So you can only get this in, you know, the Netherlands, Germany, you know, all those places. So that's the bitch about these Play on Pictures square box editions. They only ship to European destinations, I guess. That's a shame because other than that, they put out some fantastic ones on that line in that series. You know, because they put out Death Rides the Horse in that collection, the Hellbenders, yeah, California, Cemetery Without Crosses, a rare Johnny Garco film, which I still have to pick up actually. The Holy Ghost film, they put that film out. I still have to get that one before it sells out, but it is still available. As far as I know. Really cool poster. Don't like the square box. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It does save space, you know, compared to, well, I don't know, maybe not in the thickness, but definitely in the height department. Yeah, why the square box? I don't know. It's just the way that they're doing this series, but I don't mind it that much. But yeah, Mike Barrett is also not a fan of the square boxes, which yeah, I get that. I get that. I kind of like it. It's like a CD size. Save space in a way, again, not in the thickness department, but yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the thickness of a box. Yeah, we're here to talk spaghetti westerns. Next up, a film I own on a official DVD, and also I do own a bootleg of it because the bootleg has English audio and the German DVD does not. The German DVD comes again from that one box set that I showed in the last stream. This next film is from 1960. Let's not tell lies. It's from 66. Yeah. Directed by Alberto Cardone and starring Fernando Sancho and Anthony Stefan. I do think Fernando Sancho steals the show in this film. It is $7 to Kill or $7 on the Red, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite Anthony Stefan films. This one I really, really like this film. Like I said, Fernando Sancho, he steals the show in this one. I mean, he steals the show in pretty much every spaghetti western that he pops up in, but in particular he does in this one, in my opinion. I have a lot of time for Fernando Sancho. I can watch the guy in pretty much anything. Yeah, this one I give a strong 7 out of 10. And yeah, here's the this is the official German DVD from that box set. With Fernando Sancho right there, just barely made the picture. And there's my bootleg DVD where Fernando Sancho is front and center. There you go. The ultimate Mexican bandit, in my opinion. I love Fernando Sancho. And also Django, the girl from Django is in this one, Maria. Loredana Nuciak, she's in this film as well, which I do always enjoy seeing Loredana Nuciak in a spaghetti western. Let me actually pour another drink because my throat is getting really dry. Let's pull up a comment while I do so. They call him Holy Ghost. That needs a Blu-ray with extras. I don't know if that German edition has extras. Like I said, I have not picked that particular one up yet. But it is on Blu-ray anyway, so I'm gonna pick that up because I haven't seen it and I have actually heard good things about that film. But yeah, I might actually pick that up sometime this upcoming month. Fernando Sancho, the ultimate, yes, for sure, 100%. Couldn't have said it better. Sort of Italian take on the search, yeah, a little bit. I like that Sancho kidnapped this. Yes, that's the one where Sancho in the beginning he comes in. Again, it's the beginning, so I'm not spoiling things, but Sancho in the beginning he comes into his house with his gang of bandits, and then they kill this woman. They leave $7 on her red dress. That's why the title, $7 on the red. And then there's this little kid crying, and Fernando's like, take him with us, take him with you. And then yeah, they kidnap Anthony Stefan's son, and Anthony Stefan's son is kind of more like Fernando Sancho's son by the time the story, jumps into present day where the son is now kind of grown and stuff. I really like it. It's a really good drama there with the father and son, and between him and Sancho. It's a really good story for spaghetti western. That's probably why it's one of my favorite Anthony Stefan films. I really love it. This is from SodaStream. Yeah, I have that too. I have that too. So that's $7 in red 76 at number 76, I should say. And oh crap! Now I'm losing where I got my other. Okay, don't want to pick out the wrong film. There we go. Next up, we have another Richard Harrison film at number 75. And this one I picked up 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whenever it was. So there's another one that's kind of recent to my collection. Yeah, there it is. Number 75 from 1968. Has a 6.2, directed by Nick Nostro. Yeah, I'm going to do the Italian title for this one because it is on the Blu-ray, on the DVD, I should say. Uno dopo l'altro, which is The Day After Tomorrow, also known as One After the Other, with Richard Harrison. Now, I really, really enjoyed this one, watching it for the first time, again, a few months ago. This is kind of... I do prefer this to Vengeance. I like his performance in this one a bit more than I did in Vengeance. Richard Harrison, that is. Here's the DVD of it again. Germans, Django, yeah. From Django with Best Regards is the German title right there. But I really love this performance by Richard Harrison. He's brutal in this one. He's menacing in this one. He doesn't take any shit in this one. Well, he does, but he gives him shit back. Like the last third of this film, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but the last third of this film kind of turns into like a slasher film where Richard Harrison goes after the bad guys one by one in a brutal way. That's all I'm going to say, but it's awesome. Yeah, so One After the Other with Richard Harrison. Also with Jose Bodalo in this one, not Major Jackson, General Hugo from Django. He's in this one as well. And he plays a great bad guy in this one as well. But yeah, there's the back of that German DVD by Colosseo Film. Still available as far as I know, because yeah, again, recently I picked this one up. Yeah, I definitely give that one a 7. Definitely give that one a 7. Myself, that's a really good Richard Harrison film. Crap, now I'm losing. Okay, there we go. Number 74 is up next. We have another one with Klaus Kinski in it. This is actually one of my favorite films with Kinski in it. It's also one of my favorite George Hilton films, spaghetti westerns. And there's some other great people in this one. Let me just catch up here on my paper list. There we go, yeah. 1968, directed by Giorgio Capitani, or Capitani. Yeah, I apologize if that man is still alive and he's watching this by any chance. I apologize, sir, for butchering your name. But no, it is anyway. It is The Ruthless Four, which does have Klaus Kinski in it once again, and Van Heflin in this one, and Gilbert Roland. Gilbert Roland, he's been in a few awesome spaghetti westerns like Johnny Hamlet, and this one, like I said, and also yeah, George Hilton. And this one, it's kind of rare to get this one, but I think it is on YouTube. But this particular DVD, I think it's definitely sold out and hard to get. It's a Koch Media DVD from back in the day, and it's supposedly the best physical media release of the film out there. So there hasn't been anything since, sadly. But yeah, Klaus, more Klaus. You want Klaus? I deliver Klaus. There he is, in full glory. And yeah, the German title is The Gold of Sam Cooper, which this is kind of a gold rush, Treasure to Sierra Madre kind of western about a gold mine, and these four, the Ruthless Four, they pretty much go to get the gold from the gold mine, and they turn on each other. They get paranoid, they get gold greedy. Yeah, it's one of those stories. And Klaus Kinski plays a heck of a role in that film. I really, really recommend it. One After the Other, we'll have to check that one out. Yes, I think you will definitely enjoy. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, but yeah. Still haven't watched this one. Still on YouTube. We'll watch it. Oh, that's for The Ruthless Four. Yeah, definitely. It's highly recommended. Yeah, this one has always been hard to get, but I watched it on YouTube. Pretty good. There you go, folks. It's on YouTube. If you guys want to see it, you cannot get the DVD. I say go for it. You know, because you never know how long they are going to be, on YouTube, because it might be gone tomorrow. So take a chance on it, watch it. Most of the times they're uncut as well on YouTube, but yeah, most of the times they are. But that's the Ruthless 4 at 74. We're gonna go to number 70. We're gonna go all the way to 70 now, and then we're gonna take a little commercial break so I can have a cigarette and stuff. But no, first up we go to number 73. 3 more picks, and then we have a little break. But no, 73 as a Sergio Corbucci film once again. Another Sergio Corbucci film directed by, starring, I should say. God, here we go again. No, directed by Sergio Corbucci, starring Tomas Milian, this one. And also the lovely Suzanne George. Great Susan George in this one. Not many people, people don't love this one necessarily, but they do like it. I absolutely love this one. As a matter of fact, I probably should be higher, but yeah, there's just... Anyway, number 73. It's from 1972. I gave it a spec, so it's directed by Corbucci, starring Tomas Milian and Susan George. Has a 6.3 in IMDb. I definitely give this one a 7. And it is Sonny and Jet with Tomas Milian and Susan George, and also Who Loves Your Baby, Telly Savalas. And yeah, I got that on the Wild East double feature DVD with the Ugly Ones, which we covered earlier, included as well. And another Corbucci. So I don't know what the hell is going on, guys, but if it threw me out of my tablet, it's not fucking doing stuff. So I'm trying to fix this. Bear with me. This is what happens when you do it live. It looks like my Wi-Fi is no longer. Looks like something's wrong with my Wi-Fi. On my phone, I'm actually on the mobile data, but it looks like my Wi-Fi is the issue. Yeah, it's not connecting to my router. Anyway, this does give me. I see people come in, and yeah, right as I'm fucking dealing with technical issues. Yeah, Frozen. Hang on. Yeah, Susan George. Ramon owns this on VHS rental. What the hell is going on with the fucking Wi-Fi? This is pissing me off now. It's not fucking connecting. It's not fucking connecting to the Wi-Fi. At least it's not YouTube throwing me out this time. It's the fucking Wi-Fi. Oh, for fuck's sakes. What the hell is going on? You know, I'm gonna put the mobile data hotspot on my phone and connect my iPad to that. Let's see if that... Anyway, I might be gone for a second here now. You might still be able to hear me. Let's see, put the hotspot on. Yeah. And let's see if my tablet can connect to that. Oh, yes, there it is. It's my fucking Wi-Fi, guys. I don't know what this... Okay. The good news is my tablet is connected to that now. So... Oh, and there's my screen again. So I'm going to mute myself here and sign in on the tablet. Okay. Echo. So I'm back there now. Let's fucking... oh, no, don't end the stream. Don't end the stream. Let's get this one away. There we go. We should be back. Okay. I'm sorry about that. That's, yeah. Yeah, no, froze. The fucking Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi threw me out. I don't know what it's, yeah. Oh, I'm going to be writing a letter to my internet provider tomorrow. You can be rest assured of that. Writing a letter? No. I'm going to be calling those motherfuckers up. Own this one on rental. Different title, Gang of the Fair West. Sorry about that. That completely threw me off. Yeah, Susan George, Thomas Millian, directed by Corbucci and Sonny and Jet. Yeah. See people coming in while I was dealing with all this shit. Dave, Savoy84, thank you, Dave. Thanks for being here. How's it going? And also, hey, my mate Andy is here. Hi, Andy. Again, sorry for having to put up with this shit. Yeah, the thing is downstairs. I can't go downstairs right now, but I've got it on the mobile data now, so let's pray that this will hold. Anyway, yeah, reboot the router. Yeah, that's, again, the router is downstairs. So yeah, it would take a while before that would be back online, but it happened as soon as Andy's joined the stream. No, God, no, it's not your fault, Andy. No. Oh, crap. Not a great film by Corbucci. Again, not the greatest. Again, we're now at number... What number is this anyway? Now it's fucking threw me off like you wouldn't believe. 73, number 73. Yeah, I have that on the Wild East DVD. Let's just move on to 72 before, before shit happens again. At number 72, we have a spaghetti western that stars Franco Nero. It was one of the ones he did after Django. One of the first ones he did after Django. Directed by Ferdinando Baldi. Now, we mentioned Ferdinando Baldi in the last stream. He's done some of my favorite spaghetti westerns, some of my favorite gems. This one is a really good one. It does feel, has a, how do I put this? It has an American feel to it, American Western feel to it, but it is still spaghetti Western. It is really good. It's released by Arrow Video, so I'm going to show you that Blu-ray. At number 72, we have Texas Adios, or Texas Goodbye, or Texas Adio, which, yeah, once again, it is available on the Arrow Video Blu-ray, starring Franco Nero. I think Alberto Dell'Acqua is in this one. Yeah, Alberto Dell'Acqua as his brother. Cinematography by Enzo Barboni, the director of the Trinity films, and also he was the cinematographer on the original Django from '66. So there you go. It's Andy's fault, I agree. Yeah, poor Andy. Oh, Dave saw Franco Nero in London. Yeah, you're not the only one, Dave. My buddy Carlos did as well, and he met Franco Nero, took a picture with him. But yeah, I would love to meet Franco Nero. He's awesome. Yeah. Ramon loves Texas Adios. Where the hell is my glass? There it is. Ramon loves Texas Adios. It's more like an American Western, yeah, but it's awesome. It is, yeah. Yeah, the music is good. Who did the music for that one, actually? It does not say on the Arrow Video Blu-ray on the back. No, it does not. But it is a good soundtrack, I do agree. Enter the Ninja, yeah. Franco Nero's, yeah, poor Franco. Yeah. It's a good film, like, obviously, but not many people cite that as one of Franco's best, but yeah. Hey, Mike is here. Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection. Hey, Mike, you just missed me suffering with technical issues, but I'm back. Yeah. How's it going, Mike? Another spaghetti western, Brothers in Arms for sure. Brothers in Arms for sure. Yeah, I do love Enter the Ninja as well with Nero. Mike Barrett says Texas Adios is his least favorite Franco Nero film, but still good. Yeah, I mean, no. My least favorite Franco Nero one is the Carmen one, the Man, Pride, and Vengeance. No, I like this one definitely way more than that one. Yeah, I like Baldy too. Yeah, he did Blind Man. He did The Forgotten Pistolero. He's done awesome. Django Paparokov, and he's done awesome spaghetti westerns. Let's go to 71. This is another one that is available on Arrow Video. This was part of the was it the Vengeance Trails box set? No, not that one. The Blood Money box set or the Savage Guns box set from a few years ago now. Starring Craig Hale. This one at number 71. It is from 1968. I think I'm correct in saying that. Yes, it is 68. It's directed by Giuliano Carnemeo once again. No, wait a minute. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. Excuse me. Oh no, I'm looking at the right one. No, Paolo Bianchi is the director. There we go. I'm looking just yeah. Anyway, it's 1968. Craig Hill and I Want Him Dead. A straight to the point title and a straight to the point poster. It's simple, but I do love it with the pistol pointed right at you. I Want Him Dead with Craig Hill right here. Yeah, this is a really good one. Again, music score by Nico Fedenko in this particular one. Who else is in this one? Jose Manuel Martin. He's a great spaghetti western genre actor. Yeah, this is just a. People would say probably this is more average. I think this is above average. I definitely give this one again 6.5 or maybe 7. This was a really strong, solid spaghetti western. I really enjoyed this one. Not as much as the next one, obviously, which was another one of the Arrow Video box sets. Yeah, this is yeah, Man, Pride, and Vengeance. Yeah, that's definitely my least favorite. Yeah. Your mom was disappointed by I Want Him Dead. Then let me see if you might like the next one a bit better. I know I do. This one, when I first saw this in as part of the Arrow Video box set, again, I think it's the Blood Money one. This next one is Giuliano Carnemeo, who directed this film. Yeah. Also 68 with a 5.5 on IMDb, which I disagree with. This one stars Jeffrey Hunter, and it is Find a Place to Die. Now, when I first saw this one, I had no expectations for this one. This was part of the Arrow Video. Again, I think it was the Blood Money box set. This one, I really enjoyed this film. I don't know what it is, but it just really did. Again, Jeffrey Hunter in this one from The Searchers. Yeah, I love the main woman in this one. I seem to remember there was a pretty strong female character in this one. Again, I have to give this a rewatch, but it has left a good lasting impression with me, this film. So that's why it's high. But I do like this one, Find a Place to Die. And again, pretty cool title, Find a Place to Die. So yeah, that's definitely the one that I like a little bit better than I Want Him Dead. There you go. That one, Mike, about Pride and Vengeance, not great. No, it's not good. That made it in my bottom 10 list, I think, right? In the bottom 10. Yeah, it's definitely. Ramon likes it. Again, to each their own. But I like it. I don't like that particular one. But again, um, yeah, Ramon didn't like I Want 'Em Dead too much, and I do like that one quite a bit. So again, that's all subjective. Man, this makes me want to rewatch all my westerns. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a spaghetti western kick for the last few months, as well as I've been on a giallo kick and a Eurocrime kick. But yeah. On Find a Place to Die, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely a really good one. I don't know what it is, but yeah, the poster arts on these are fantastic. I love the poster art for that one. I mean, get some boobs in the cover too, so yeah, can't go wrong with boobs, right? Anyway, like I said, we are gonna go to 70, and that's where we're at now. So I'm gonna take a smoke break now. I'm gonna take you guys with me. But just in case, some of you made it to the stream late. Again, I did a recap of what I covered in the last stream, and I do have something to play during this little commercial break, I guess. So I'm gonna play a recap of what I covered last week from 160 to 100. It's gonna be in like a very high speed chipmunk version, but you're gonna see that little recap, and then I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna play you something else, but just as I'm gonna go for a smoke, enjoy the recap and just the commercial break, and let you talk amongst yourself for a bit.
Number 160, my least favorite spaghetti western of the ones I own, is God's Gun with Lee Van Cleef and Jack Palance. Execution with John Richardson. Then we have Metallo at 158. 10 Kills Come From Afar at 157. The Bell Star Story at 156. My Name is Mallory at 155. $100,000 for Ringo at 154. The Beast with Klaus Kinski at 153. What Am I Doing in the Middle of the Revolution at 52. Those Dirty Dogs at 151. Man Pride of Vengeance at 150. 149, Men of the East. Nevada Clint, 148. Django Strikes Again, 147 is where it is. Django and Sartana Are Coming, It's the End at 146. Death at Old Rock at 45. 145 that is. Up the McGregors, or Seven Women for the McGregors at 144. Savage Gringo at 143. The Last Tomahawk at 142. Quinto Fighting Proud, 141. Dead Man Don't Make Shadows at 140. Buried and Deep at 149. Hands of a Gunfighter at 138. A Barrel Full of Dollars at 137. Payment of Blood at 146. Gunfighter Red Sands at number 135. Pickles Comes Up, 134. It Can Be Done Amigo, 133. Don't Turn the Other Cheek, 132. Ring of Nebraska at 131. A Few Dollars for Django at 130. Hate Thy Neighbor, 129. Why Go On Killing, 128. El Rojo, 127. Shamango, 126. Massacre Grand Canyon, 125. God Forgives I Don't, 124. The White, the Yellow, and the Black, 123. Tequila Joe, 122. The Column Cemetery, 121. Coffin for the Sheriff, 120. The Moment to Kill at 119. Five Man Army, 118. The Tramplers, 117. Professionals for Massacre, 116. Dead Men Don't Count, 115. Death Smith and Johnny Ayers, 114. Ramon the Mexican, number 114 it is. And Wanted at 112. Fighting Fist of Shanghai Joe at 111. A Town Called Bastard, 110. Last of the Batman at 109. Unholy Four at 108. Seven Guns from McGregor's at 107. A Gun for 100 Graves at 106. Yeah, 106. My Name is Pecos at 105. For the Apocalypse at 104. The Pill is Free or Gunfight High Noon at 103. Tales You Lose at 102. Django Shoots First at 101. And number 100, Hole in the Forehead or a Bullet Between the Eyes or a Hole Between the Eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, that chipmunk sound of my voice just fucking cracks me up, because you listen to my voice, it's real deep and stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, I can go high with my voice, but not that high. Anyway, that was a recap for last week. I also, obviously, as a lot of you know, I'm part of the Westerns for Life podcast and the Westerns for Life series with Carlos and Dan. I've made a new intro for that, so I've premiered a new intro at the beginning of this, so I'm going to play that once again. So there's a fresh new intro for our Westerns for Life videos and podcasts and all that stuff. So enjoy. Which gives me a good time to plug the fact that the next few Western podcast reviews that we're doing, you guys are going to be able to vote for which film. So right now on my buddy Dan's channel, the Talking Movies and Westerns for Life podcast channel, there's a poll going on, and you guys can vote on which film we're going to cover next. The 3 films you can pick from is Compañeros, which is spaghetti western, The Quick and the Dead from 1994, if I've got that, or 95. Gene Hackman, Sharon Stone, and the other one is Two Mules for Sister Sarah with Clint Eastwood. So there's been quite a few votes already. I think 130 plus votes, but there's still time to get your vote in for which film you want us to cover next on the podcast. So go over to my buddy Dan's channel and by all means do so if you haven't done so already. While I catch up with some comments here as I'm finishing off my cigarette. So we have a little intermission, I guess. Yeah, the one with Jeffrey. Oh, it's a YouTube. Cool. Yeah, definitely check it out, Mr. Dan. It was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting that one again to be as good because that came from the Blood Money box set. I'm like, oh yeah, you got $10,000 for a Massacre, which is a top 21. Spoilers. You got Vengeance is Mine, which is a really great one. And then the other ones, I was like, okay, I'm going to give them a go, but they turned out to be surprisingly good. So yeah, sadly there isn't any news on another box set from Arrow. I wish that they would do another one because there's still some great gems left to be discovered, and I'm sure if Arrow put them out, it's gonna bring some great exposure to them for sure. So yeah, fingers crossed there might still be one coming out. I mean, they're a little busy right now with putting out the definitive edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I think. But once they have done that, yeah, I will hope for another Western box. Dressed like this? No. We have like a carnival thing here in the Netherlands, kind of similar to the one in Brazil. Well, not really on that level, but where people do dress up and stuff. I have dressed like this for carnival, but that's about it. Well, especially if I have a little cigar in my mouth and stuff, and if I put on the full package with the gun belt and fake 45 pistol, yeah. They seem to have stopped doing the Our Spaghetti Western box sets. Yeah, it's been a while since the what was the last one? Was it the Savage Guns one? Yeah, I think so. The Chipmunk recap is. I will actually do a little recap of the other ones in a bit as well, but we still have a few to go. Damn, you have a bunch I've never seen. Is the McGregor movies any count? I think any good. The second one, not as good as the first one, but the first one is really good. They're both still, I think, available from Germany. And like these slipbox editions. I do recommend, especially the first one with Robert Woods. Robert Woods, who's been in quite a few spaghetti westerns. We're going to mention a few of his, I think, in the stream. Have you ever ate spaghetti while watching a spaghetti? Funnily enough, I actually have. Yeah, I have. Which, yeah, I mean, I do have some very minor Italian roots in me, like very far down the line. I do have ancestors, I guess, from Italy, so there's a little Italian in me. Not all too much, but I mean, I do like spaghetti. And I love spaghetti western, so yeah, anyway. We finished our cigarettes, so let's get back into the movie room and continue the ranking. We don't have much left. We left at 70. Let's close the door properly. There we go. We left at 70, so we have 20 more films. 20 films left. There we go. But yeah, I have 8 spaghetti while watching a spaghetti western. Sometimes it just works out as dinner is finished and I'm watching a film. Yeah, it happens to be spaghetti, and I watch a spaghetti western while eating a dish of spaghetti. So anyway, let's have some more liquids for my throat, because again, my throat is really dry. Now I know what actors feel like when they have to do monologues. There we go. See, comments coming in. When I was younger, I always dreamed of making a slasher taking place during Dutch Carnival. Even wrote a plot outline 27. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. I would watch that. I would watch a film set during Dutch Carnival if it's a slasher. I would watch that. Yeah. I used to eat nachos while watching. Oh, that's a good dish for watching a spaghetti western as well. Yeah. So yeah, we left off at number 70, which was Find a Place to Die, with Jeffrey. No, was that the one with Jeffrey Hunter? No, yeah, it is the one with Jeffrey Hunter. Okay, let's just move on to number 69. This one actually I was watching before the streaming, and I was in the mood for this one. Again, this one has Peter Lee Lawrence in it, along with another genre superstar, um, Anthony Stephen. Anthony Stephen and Peter Lee Lawrence headlined this film. Let me get the specs for it. Yeah, there it is. 1969, directed by Rafael Romero Marchand, a Spanish director. So there's two Marchand directors. They're both brothers. You got Joaquin Romero. Is it Joaquin Romero? I think so. And Rafael Romero. Both of those brothers have done great spaghetti westerns. The two Spanish brothers. They've done great spaghetti westerns. This one has a 5.7, which is very low on IMDb. I definitely give this one a 7, especially as I really enjoyed watching it again earlier. It is Gringo with Peter Lee Lawrence and Anthony Stephen, which, yeah, this is a really, really good one. If you can find this one, I definitely recommend doing so. Peter Lee Lawrence plays this as the film opens with him as a kid, where he watches his father get murdered by soldiers, by, I think, northern soldiers. And he the first sort of like 10 minutes, it's like him growing up. You see him growing up into become Peter Lee Lawrence, and he's very vengeful, and he kills like northern officers because they killed his father. So he's just killing northern officers just for the hell of it, and then they send Anthony Stephen, who is a northern officer, to deal with him. And it kind of becomes a showdown between the two of them. That's really good. Here's my German Blu-ray of it by Explosive Media, which you did in this Wild Wild West series with a slipcover, and there you go. That's Anthony Stephen. I have learned something about Anthony Stephen by watching the Spaghetti Westerns podcast with Jay Jennings and Tom Betts. Notice how he's wearing a black hat in that picture, and indeed in the film. Now, apparently, when Anthony Stephen is wearing a black hat, it's more of a shoot-'em-up film. And if Anthony Stephen is wearing a brown hat, like the one that I'm wearing, it's more of a fisticuff film. It's more of a punch-'em-up film. So apparently, there's a difference between when he's wearing the hats in terms of what kind of action you're going to be getting. There's still going to be shootouts and fistfights no matter what, but the emphasis is more on one when he's depending on the hat. That's what I've heard anyway. That's what I think Tom Betts said in the Spaghetti Westerns podcast. But that's a little trivia. Some of you might not have known that. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of shoot 'em up in this one because he's wearing the black hat. So yeah, Gringo from 68, like I said. Was it 60 or 67? Again, I have to double check now. 68, yeah. 60 is a great year for spaghetti westerns. What nachos do you prefer, Mr. Dan? Cheese, beans, corn, salsa, the works. Yeah, pretty much. Same for me, actually. Yes, the next one is the next one is it's a Sergio Slima film. It is actually my least favorite of Sergio Slima's westerns, but it is still a really, really good one. This one stars Tomas Milian once again, reprising his role of Cuchillo that he did in The Big Gun Down, which I prefer immensely to this one. But again, this is still not a bad film by any means. Italian title Cori Umo Cori. I have the poster of it on my wall up there, which has that title on it. 1968. Again, Sergio Slima. This one is Run, Man, Run with Tomas Milian. And I always forget the other guy. Is it Donald O'Brien? It is Donald O'Brien, yeah. And Linda Veras, Jose Torres, Nello Pazzafini, and also with John Ireland in this one, yeah. And it's a really good one. This one is released in the UK by Eureka and the Masters of Cinema series, Masters of Cinema Classic series, I guess, yeah. Run, Man, Run. And it came with the poster, and that's the poster that's on my wall right there. I love that artwork of Tomas Milian being tortured, kind of, which happens a lot when he's in the film. He always say what you want, but Tomas Milian, he always gets down and dirty, man. He always gets the shit end of the stick, so to say, in his films. Like, but he gives as good as he gets as well, if you know what I mean. So I do love Tomas Milian, and this is a really, really good spaghetti western. Again, I don't love it as much as the other Sollima films in particular, but I do really, really enjoy Run Man Run. And this is a great, stunning addition by Eureka. And again, thank you, Carlos Eastwood for Life, for this one. So yeah, that's at number 68 is Run Man Run. Crap, I'm skipping. StreamYard is working funny now, but like this one, own the rental tape and the DVD. Blue Run Man Run, yeah, I think that is on Blue Underground DVD, yeah. So yeah, that's also available there. Never bought the Blu-ray, okay. I like this one a bit more lighthearted than the Big Gun Down. Yeah, definitely is. Maybe that's why I like it a little less, because I like the more grittier ones, as everyone knows. But it's still by no means bad. It's by no means bad. So yeah, that's Run Man Run at 68. Number 67, we have another Sergio Corbucci one. One of the earlier Corbucci ones. I think this is made the same year as Django, but right before Django. With, again, Mark Damon in this one from 66. And yeah, let's just put it up right there. It is Johnny Oro, or Ringo and the Golden Pistol, or Ringo and his Golden Pistol. And yeah, like I said, Mark Damon is another spaghetti western kind of regular. He's done quite a fair few of these films. And yeah, this is probably my second favorite, because I know there's one more with Mark Damon that I have not yet mentioned that will be coming up, I think, within the top 30. So that's going to be next week on the next stream. But here's the edition that I have for it. It's the Warner Archive DVD from the US, which is region free. And yeah, Ringo and his Golden Pistol makes it sound like a little James Bond kind of western, doesn't it? Like the man with the golden pistol, like Ringo and the Golden Pistol, man with the golden gun. You kind of, yeah, but yeah, it's not even a Ringo film really. But yeah, it's there we go. There's the back of that DVD. Yeah, this I like this one a hell of a lot more than most people do. I mean, this is not a high-ranking Corbucci film for many. But if you go back a few years to my Sergio Corbucci retrospective series that I did on his spaghetti westerns, this one came pretty high for me. I love this one. And a fun fact, Mark Damon, while he was working with Corbucci on this film, the two of them allegedly actually sat down and kind of put the synopsis together, or the outline for Django. And Mark Damon originally was going to be Django, but that fell through. And of course, we got Django with Franco Nero. But yeah, if the stars were aligned differently, we would have had Mark Damon as Django. So yeah, that's another bit of fun fact people might not know. But I do like it. I do really like that film. And Mike does as well. I like that Corbucci movie. Ringo's underrated. Yes, I agree. I agree. Maybe a little bit. I mean, there's definitely a touch of spaghetti in there. But I can definitely see that. Actually, seeing Dave's comment there reminds me I skipped over this one. What I'm doing right now, Dave, this is definitely the longest list I've done. It's the top 160 spaghetti westerns. And then got to the fresher comment. What's the oldest and newest western you like? Well, I'm not going to say what my favorite western is, because that is also the old. Well, actually, no, the oldest. The oldest I've seen of all of them. Probably Stagecoach is the oldest one that I've seen, because that's from, what is it, the 30s or the early 40s, if I'm not mistaken, Stagecoach. And the newest, I've still not seen Black Creek with Cynthia, but what's the newest westerns I've seen? I actually don't know what the actual newest is in terms of like the most recent years. I mean, I've seen Dead for a Dollar, which is like 2 years ago, but wasn't a fan of that one. But yeah, then that's definitely the oldest western I've seen. If Stagecoach is 39, yeah. So that would be the oldest one that I like. I cannot tell you the newest one though. But once I see Black Creek, I'll probably say that one. So yeah. Anyway, next up is a Robert Woods. No, I've not seen that. The silent film. I've only seen, well, an image or so of it. I've not seen the full. It's like a short, isn't it? So I probably should see it, but I've not seen that in full. No. But no, the next one, number 66, is a Robert Woods spaghetti western. We just recently spoke of him. This one, I think, is another one that comes in Tarantino's own top 20. Or it was an honorable mention for him, I don't remember, but Tarantino likes this one. Directed by Paolo Bianchini. Yeah, probably butchered that once again. 5.6 on IMDb. But again, I give it a strong 7. Yeah, most likely. And it is Gatling Gun, or Damned Hot Day of Fire, or The Gatling Gun. And yeah, this one stars Robert Woods and John Ireland. And I have that on the Mill Creek double feature Blu-ray right here, along with For Juma Gold, with Giuliano Gemma or Montgomery Wood. To be continued on that film, I think, for next part. But Damned Hot Day of Fire or Gatling Gun. Yeah, that's a really, really good. Evelyn Stewart in that one as well. Music by Piero Picconi, who did the music score for Minnesota Clay as well, another Sergio Corbucci film, which we haven't mentioned yet. But no, Damned Hot Day of Fire, aka Gatling Gun. It's about the guy that invented, well, the Gatling gun. So it's kind of like a historical biopic. No, not a biopic, but that's kind of the setup for it. It's the guy who invented the Gatling gun. That's where the story starts, and then it's about transporting the Gatling gun and who gets their hands on the Gatling gun on the first sort of experimental model. That's kind of the setup for the story. But yeah. Yeah, I did know about that. The ending of Goodfellas. Yeah, and I've seen that bit from the original. You know, where the guy pulls the gun and shoots the camera. Yeah, that's the only image of that I'm familiar with. So yeah, yeah, they did it. Yeah, John Ford, man. Goodfellas. Ramon owns that double feature Blu-ray, and so does Mike from Mike's DVD, because Mike Barrett has not seen it under Hot Day of Fire. Or yeah, Damned Hot Day of Fire. Yeah, never seen it under that title. There you go. Mr. Dan also owns that double feature. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, those are two great spaghetti westerns. Obviously, I prefer the other one because we haven't mentioned For Juma Gold yet, but Damned Hot Day of Fire, aka Gatling Gun, really, really good spaghetti western. Next up is another, coincidentally, a Giuliano Gemma film, but it's not For Juma Gold. Instead, we go to one of Giuliano Gemma's first films from '65, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that. It is '65, directed by Giorgio Stegani, with a 6-star rating on IMDb, which is, yeah, it's good enough. But yeah, 6.5 or 7 for me. So from 1965, next up is Adios Gringo with Giuliano Gemma and Ida Galli, like I said. I think also Nello Pazzafini is in this one, who is another spaghetti western regular actor. So here it is, Adios Gringo. That's the German DVD that I have of it, which has English audio. And actually some special feature. I think it looks like it has I forgot about that, but it has a Gemma featurette interview, I guess. So yeah, Adios Gringo, which it does feel American, that one, I will say, but it still has some really, really good scenes and elements to it that do make it spaghetti as well. So it's kind of like a hybrid between more like an American feeling spaghetti western and also just straight up spaghetti. But you know, that's a really, really good one. Adios Gringo. I do recommend that one if you haven't seen it. No, Wanted we mentioned in the last one, in the last stream. Wanted. It's also not that one. I absolutely effing love Blood for Silver Dollar. We're still not gonna mention that one yet, but yeah. Roman hasn't seen it. I recommend it. Adios Gringo. Like I said, it's really good. Next up, let's just move along because we're almost doing this for 2 hours and we're not even at number 60 yet. Gotta get cracking on this. Hang on. What westerns that aren't really connected do you like watching as a double bill? Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More. Because even though Clint Eastwood wears this outfit in both films, he's not the same character. So yeah, I'll go the entire Dolls trilogy actually, because they're not connected. But yeah, that would be my answer there. Very easy one for me. Next up at number 64 is a film with Tony Anthony. There you go. And it is one of the Stranger films. Not in terms that it's strange, but he plays the stranger in these films. This is one that people prefer to the one that I always prefer. It is the sequel, actually, from 1967, directed by, who actually did direct this one. Oh, God. I gotta check the list. Everybody will be screaming the title for this one, probably, but yeah. Luigi Vanzi, yeah, he also directed the first one from 67. It's known as A Man, a Horse, and a Gun, or it is known as the sequel to A Stranger in Town, which is The Stranger Returns with Tony Anthony. And yeah, people prefer this one to the original, but I don't know what it is, man. I just love that original Stranger film much, much more than I do this one. Don't get me wrong, I like this one, and I have the Blu-ray for it as well. This is the DVD, this is the Blu-ray. But I love the first one more. Probably because of Frank Wolf as the bad guy in the first one. This one doesn't have a memorable enough bad guy for me. I mean, it does have a good bad guy, a good strong villain, but not as strong as Frank Wolf in the first one. But yeah, that's Stranger Returns with Tony Anthony, which does have a good music score. It has a good music score. I will give it that. I probably prefer the music score in that one to the first one. But again, even that's saying something because I fucking love the first score. The first soundtrack, the first film soundtrack. Stranger films are good low budget spaghetti. Yeah, they are low budget. The second one has a higher budget than the first one, and probably that's why people like the second one more. But I don't know, man. I just love something about that shoestring budgeted first one. I don't know what it is, but that's just the one that is the preferred favorite for me. So that's a number 64. Let's go to number 63, which yes, this is a film that I've seen pop up in people's top 20 and top 30 and stuff. It's popped up in higher places than it is on my list. But I do like this one. It's again Anthony Stephan in this one. And he's joined by a great genre regular once again in this one. In William Berger. William Berger, he's been Face to Face and Sabata. And it's directed by Sergio Garoni. It is from 1969, and it is No Room to Die, or Hanging for Django. I think that's another title for it, Hanging for Django. And give you 3 guesses what the Germans call this. Yes, Django's in the title, but there's also another one. Django and Sartana. They even included poor Sartana with this film in Germany. But yeah, Django and Sartana, The Deadly Two, with Anthony Stephan, William Berger, and the lovely Nicoletta Machiavelli once again. And there's William Berger, banjo from Sabata. And here's the back of that German, again, media book Blu-ray. Yeah, this is a really, really good one. Good action scenes. This is, I think, this is the one where William Berger has like a five barrel shotgun or something. It's like a super shotgun. Let me see if the media book has the image of that, or am I confusing it with a different film? Let's see. Yes, you can kind of see it there. It's like a multi-barrel mega super shotgun that he has in that film. it's worth the price of admission just for that alone, in that one. So yeah, No Room to Die by Sergio Garoni with William Berger and Anthony Stephan. And Anthony Stephan has the black hat, and as we discussed previously, that means there's a lot of shooting in this one, heavy on shooting scenes. I have Hanging for Django. It is really good. Yeah, it absolutely is. That's a beautiful media book. I do too, man. And I just got a request by Mike Barrett to do a video on them, so expect to see them soon. Django and Sartana, I have that media book, pretty good spaghetti from what I'm. Yes, it is. Again, I'll probably give that a 7. On the spaghetti western scale, I give that a strong 7 out of 10. So yeah, that's No Room to Die. Next up is probably. Do we have another one with him coming up? Actually, because I think this might be my favorite of all of the Robert Woods spaghetti westerns. I really love this next one coming up. Again, the Germans have to have Django in the title. But number 62, we have a film by Gianfranco Baldanello. I probably butchered that, and again, I apologize. From 68, starring Robert Woods, and it is a really kick-ass film. We've had Star Black, but now I give you Blackjack. Jack. Yeah, I love Blackjack. I know actually a buddy of mine has it in his top 20 spaghetti westerns. Now, I wouldn't go that far, but it most likely is my favorite and probably the best Robert Woods spaghetti western. Like, I love Gatling Gun, but then this one is just a little. And of course, yeah, like I said, the Germans have Django in there, which for this one it bite them in the ass because they messed up the spine and the back. So you have On Your Knees Django, which is prominently on front, but if you look at this at the spine, they missed the J. Yeah, they misspelled it on the spine, and they misspelled it on the back as well. So it's Dango or Django. So yeah, the Germans with their love for Django, it kind of bite them in the ass on that one because they mess up on the spine and on the back. But it is really good Blackjack. It's dark, it's moody, it's atmospheric. It's I love this one. Those wacky Germans. I do not know, actually. It might be. I think I might have seen it on Netflix. Yeah, it could be. This one isn't Alex Cox's top 2. Oh, yes, he has great taste. He has great taste because I love it. Again, I wouldn't put it top 20, but yeah. It's a really good one. Again, if you can find this one, anyone, if you haven't seen it, if you can find it, definitely it's worth seeking out this one. It's about this bank robbery gone wrong. A lot of people get killed. There's double crosses, and it's really good. It sounds like a typical Western story, but believe me, it is on paper. But the way the film deals with it is, it's something else. It really is. Blackjack seems like a novel title compared to a film. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny that Robert Woods has starred in Blackjack, and then he did Star Black. So he's done 2 films for Black, and they're like 2-word titles, right? Blackjack, Star Black, Black, Blackjack, Jack. It's like the trailer. In the trailer, they have the trailer guy go, Robert Woods in Blackjack, Jack. They have also the echoing on the words as well, which is, yeah. But still, the films are excellent. I love these Robert Woods spaghetti westerns, and yeah, in particular this one, like I said. So that's Blackjack at 62. At 61, we go to a Franco Nero film, which is, again, I would have loved to have put this one higher, but it's just so damn hard. I have the poster of this one right there. It's directed by the great Lucio Fulci, the maestro Lucio Fulci. At number 61, it's Massacre Time, or The Time of Massacre, I guess is the Italian translated one. Like I said, it's directed by Lucio Fulci. Yes, Lucio Fulci, who gave us Zombie Flesh Eaters, he gave us The Beyond, City of the Living Dead. He done a few spaghetti westerns, done 3 of them actually, as a matter of fact. And this is definitely my favorite of the ones he did. It's from 1966 with 6.5 IMDb. And again, I give this one, I actually, at this point, I think I'm going to give this one 8 stars out of 10 on the spaghetti western ranking, on the ratings. And I have this one on the German Blu-ray, Media Book Blu-ray, which of course, it's Franco Nero, so of course it's Django on there. Also, by the way, George Hilton and Nino Castelnuovo on this one. And there you go, there's the back of that Blu-ray. And of course, it also came in the Arrow Video Vengeance Trails box set, which we got right here. So yeah, Franco Nero and George Hilton team up for this one. This one does feel American to me. Like, I get it, spaghetti western. There is some of the, a little bit of the Fulci gore. Like, obviously, it's not a full-on gory, Fulci affair, but there's a little bit of it. So there is violence in some place, but still, it feels, considering it's Fulci, it still feels a little tame, But it doesn't take anything away from Massacre Time. It's a great spaghetti western. If you love Django, if you love Franco Nero, if you love Lucio Fulci, definitely give this one a go. So that's Massacre Time at number 61. Let's go to number 60 with another Sartana film with Gianni Garco. We're going through the Sartana films in this one, aren't we? So anyway, number 60, I think this is the second Sartana film. At least it is, again, in the box set. It's is it Giuliano Cornameo who did those? It is Giuliano Cornameo. That is there anyway. And this is the second Sartana film, which is I Am Sartana, Your Angel of Death, which also has, once again, Klaus Kinski in it. And also a great genre regular star, Frank Wolf in this one as Buddy Ben. And yeah, this is the one. For a while, this was my least favorite of the Sartana films, but it's climbed up. This is the one where Sartana is framed for a bank robbery, and there's a bounty out for him, and he has to prove his innocence. It is really, really good. I Am Sartana, Your Angel of Death. All these Sartana films, they have great titles. They really do. And it is, again, our video from the box sets. Recommended, highly recommend all of the official Sartana films. Early Fulci before the gore stuff, yes, that's definitely what it is. And I know people do prefer For the Apocalypse, but I don't know. Again, I don't hate the For the Apocalypse, but I also am not overly in love with it. So I don't know. It's a funny one, that one, for me. There we go. You would probably still be able to get it. Yeah, I think it's one that is out there, if you know what I mean. You can get it pretty easily, I think. Massacre Time. Hard one. I mean, it's Massacre Time for me, but again, I get it why people do like For the Apocalypse. That one does have more of the Fulci gore for sure, especially that one scene where, again, I'm not going to spoil stuff, but yeah, you guys, if you know, you know. But, I get it. That one definitely feels more like a Fulci film, but Own Massacre Time on a Dutch rental VHS on her title Cold Concert. That's a cool title. I think that's kind of, well, no, it doesn't beat the German title. The German title, ladies and gentlemen, Django, his song book was The Cold. Yeah, it's hard to translate these German titles, but I do like that one. The book of song was his Cold or something, yeah. Yeah, Massacre Time is the favorite Fulci Western from Mike Barrett, yeah. It's by no means my favorite Fulci film. I mean, that still goes to Zombie Flesh Eaters probably, or Don't Torture a Duckling. I love that film. And that was I Am Sartana, Your Angel of Death at 60. Let's go to number 59. I have to get to my bookcase and pull out the box set for these two films we're going to mention, because these two are from this box set. Or, well, it's not really a box set, but this trilogy of films. Now, Lee Van Cleef starred in the original, and Lee Van Cleef starred in the third one. But there was a middle one. I'm just going to do these back to back. At number 59, we have the first Sabata film, which is The Return of Sabata. And at number 58, we have the one where Yul Brynner took over, and Adios Sabata, which is not really a Sabata film. I think it's Indio Black is the Italian version of the film. He plays a character called Indio Black, but for the US or for the English language one, we got Adios Sabata, and he plays Sabata in the English language one. But anyway, it's part of the Sabata trilogy set here. Obviously, the first one we're still a little ways off from mentioning. The first one is the best. I do like these the sequels. The Yul Brynner one in particular, I really love. That's why it's higher than the Van Cleef sequel, because this one is number 59 and this one is 58. But yeah, both of them are close, but I do prefer Adios Sabata with Yul Brynner. I think it's sadly the only spaghetti western that Yul Brynner did. I mean, he's dressed pretty much like he was in the Magnificent Seven in this one. Excuse me, my pile is falling over. I have to save the pile. Oop, there we go. Don't want that happening. I know he's dressed pretty much like in the Magnificent Seven, and it's a really great music score by Bruno Nicolai in that one. Yeah, Yul Brynner. I'm ashamed I didn't know Fulci directed westerns. Hey, don't be. Fulci was a craftsman. He workmanship. Whatever. You know where I'm going. No, he worked in all genres, man. He started with comedies. He did a lot of Italian comedies, and he did westerns, and then he did giallos and stuff, and then he obviously became the king of gore with Zombie and all those films. But no, even way back he did westerns, and even before that he did all those Italian comedies and stuff. So yeah. I like Sabata and Sartana, but none of those films score above a 3 out of 5. Too gimmicky, James Bond in the Wild. Well, as everybody knows, I'm a big Bond fan, so probably that's why I like these films quite a bit. So, yeah. But I get what you're saying, but that's why I like him. It's because they're kind of like James Bond in the Wild West kind of films. That's why I like him so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The next one I can show you in an individual release. At number 57, again, let's give you my ranking for the or my rating for Sabata films quickly. For Return of Sabata, I give that one a 6.5, and Adios Sabata, again, it gets confusing with these titles, doesn't it? But the Yul Brynner one gets a 7 for me. I really love that one. And those films, the Van Cleef one has a 5.6 on IMDb, and the Yul Brynner one has a 5.9 on IMDb. Now for number 57. We're almost there, guys. Bear with me. We have a film by Massimo Dallamano, who was the cinematographer on Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More. He directed this spaghetti western, and it's a really great one, included in the Vengeance Trails box set by Arrow Video, and stars Enrico Maria Salerno, who is the Italian voice of Clint Eastwood. If you watch the Dollars trilogy in Italian, you will hear his voice coming out of Clint Eastwood's mouth, but it's Bandidos from 67. Yeah, 1967. I can get rid of this page now because we finally covered that page. There we go. Bandidos. Yeah, man, this is a really good one. Where's my Blu-ray? There's my Blu-ray. There it is, Bandidos. Cool poster with him holding the Winchester. And this is a really good-looking film. It's a really well-made film. It's a really good story in this one with Enrico Maria Salerno. He gets shot in his hands by one of his rivals, so he can't use a gun anymore. So years later, he's now training a protege to actually carry out his revenge for him in a kind of way, which is a really cool premise for a western. So he wants revenge, but he cannot use his hands anymore to shoot guns, so he uses a young guy to shoot the guns for him. But yeah, really recommend it, Bandidos, if you can find it. Again, I think it's out there. Definitely, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Um, yeah, that is a really good one. I give that one definitely a 7 or 7.5, maybe out of 10. That one. Uh, yeah. Yes, yeah, no worries. Yeah, there it comes. There's a lot of preparation for this. I mean, it looks like I'm kind of going all over the place, but there is a structure to this. There's a plan. I have a plan. As that's a video game reference. Red Dead Redemption 2. Some of you might get that, but thanks, Ramon. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad Arrow included that in the box set as well, because that was previously on a German DVD, which was a good transfer for the DVD, but comparing it to the Blu-ray, it's night and day. So yeah, it's a really great print on there as well. Massimo Dallamano, he had a great visual eye. Obviously, he was responsible for filming the first two Leone films, but yeah, it is a very good spaghetti western. It it absolutely is. Anyway, that comes in number 57. Number 56, we go to another Giuliano Gemma film. Now, you guys were guessing earlier. You want to guess which one this is? This one has Fernando Sancho in it. And that's not going to make it easy because he's in a few. No, number 56. Oh, yeah, I got a fresh list now. Okay. Now I can start from the bottom, work my way up. Okay. Directed by Michele Lupo again. It's from 1969. No. It's from 1966. I'm sorry. And it has a 6.1 IMDb. And it is The Man from Nowhere, or Arizona Cold, but it's also known as The Man from Nowhere. And that's actually the song in the film. It's The Man from Nowhere, which I have on the Wild East Blu-ray, which, yeah, it stars Giuliano Gemma and Fernando Sancho. Also, who's the woman in this one? Rosalba Neri is in this one. Oh, I love Rosalba Neri. She's another one of my favorite Italian women. I absolutely love her. Nello Pazzafini is in this one. Corinne Marchand. Really good cast in this one, and it's a really, really good Giuliano Gemma film. I still do have to get the Explosive Media Blu-ray. I've heard that's a better transfer than the Wild East one, but I do still have the Wild East one nonetheless. But I might get the German one pretty soon. Yeah, Mike Barrett guessed it, or was that one I already revealed it? But yes, it is indeed Arizona Cold. And yeah, that is one of the last Wild East releases, is this Blu-ray. So yeah, RIP Wild East, man. They put out some fantastic stuff. This is volume 66. I think it's only one or two volumes after this when they quit. So yeah. Yeah, Sancho is El Gordo in this one, isn't he? The Gordon the Watch or something. Yeah, that's a really good one. I do not own Arizona Cold Returns. No, that's available indeed on Koch DVD, which I don't think has English audio, and that was also put out by Wild East along with the first one. But yeah, good luck getting that one. Good luck getting that edition. But no, I've not seen the sequel, and I do not own the sequel. But yeah, the sequel is Anthony Stephan indeed. But no, I've not seen that one, sadly. Oh my god, my throat. I'm glad we're almost there, guys, because I'm going to need a good big glass of water after this. Anyway, that's 56. That's Arizona Cold. Let's go to 55, which we go to Lee Van Cleef once again. LVC in a late spaghetti western from the early 70s. This is a really good one. This is very murder mystery-esque, a little giallo-esque, I guess. It has the great Horst Frank in it. Again, like I said in the previous stream, if you could not get Klaus Kinski, you would get Horst Frank to be your bad guy, to be your German, blonde, blue-eyed bad guy. And this was from 1972, directed by Giancarlo Santi. And it is Lee Van Cleef in The Grand Duel with a fantastic music score by Luis Bacalov. Luis Bacalov, he did the music for Django and some other great spaghetti westerns, like I said, including this one. Tarantino took some of the songs from this, or at least the main theme anyway, from this one, and he used it in Kill Bill. If you remember in Kill Bill Volume 1, the anime sequence with the origin of Oran Ishii, the song playing there is from The Grand Duel. Yeah, there's the Arrow Video Blu-ray of it. Again, Arrow Video doesn't have pictures on the back, but there's the back regardless. And yeah, this is a really good one. even though the mystery kind of angle to it, it's a little predictable. Maybe you can kind of see it coming. I will say that, but other than that, it's a fantastic late spaghetti western. MIA, but out Arizona Cold. You'll have to clarify that one. That's a little MIA, but out of Arizona Cold Returns. You'll have to clarify on that one. I'm not getting it. Pretty epic duel. Yeah, in the climax. Yeah, that's for Tarantino doing the anime segment. Yeah. I think I own a Blu-ray containing 2 movies, Grand Duel and Keoma. I think so. I think that is a double feature that is out there. Yeah. Anyway, you know what, guys? I'm gonna play a little commercial. I'm gonna quickly run to get some water, and so we can finish with the last 5 picks. Yeah, last 5. So here's a little quick extra commercial. Just get something to wet the old whistle. I'll be right back. Made it back just in time too. There you go. I've had a few sips of water already. Just a little bit more. There. Oh, that feels much better. Immediately, it feels so much better. Anyway, we are almost there. This is definitely a longer stream than the last time, even though I'm covering 10 films less, but for some reason. But anyway, yeah, that's a Grand Duel, and yeah, that did come in the double feature with Keoma. Oh, Maya. It's an American DVD label which put out Arizona Cold Returns. Oh, okay. That okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. The water has replenished. Yes, it has. I mean, it feels much better already. Man, I definitely needed that for sure because I was really fucking struggling there for a bit. Anyway, that's the Grand Duel of 55. We will do a big recap at the end of this for everyone that's missed the first few picks and stuff. But excuse me, number 54 coming up, which is a really great one. Another Wild East release right here. Another film with Fernando Sancho. And this one is from 1968, directed by Jose Luis Merino. And it has another director that credit, Eugenio Martin. 6.2 IMDb. I definitely give this one 7, or again, maybe even 7.5. But this one is Requiem for a Gringo, also known as Duel in the Eclipse, which is my preferred title for it. But yeah, the Requiem for Gringo is on the Wild East Blu-ray, and there's the great Fernando Sancho, who is in this one along with Lang Jeffries. Yeah, there you go. This one is really great for the finale, like Duel in the Eclipse. That's why I love the title of that that alternate title, Duel in the Eclipse, because there actually is a duel set during the eclipse. There's a big finale shootout during a sun eclipse, which is awesome. And I do also love that the main guy in this one wears a jaguar skin poncho. I mean, I'm not, but this guy is, which is really a cool look. I mean, obviously it is derivative of the Eastwood poncho, but still. Anyway, here's the back of that Wild East Blu-ray. Yeah, there you go. Duel in the Eclipse. It's the alternate title. Yeah, this is a really good one. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend this one. I think this one might be hard to get, this particular Blu-ray. Yeah, it is Wild East, but I also don't think this one is on YouTube. I could be wrong, but if you find it anywhere, definitely recommend giving it a go because it is really good. I mean, we're close to the top 50. We're really getting to some big, very awesome films here. Yeah. But that's 54 is Duel in the Eclipse, which is my preferred title again, like I said. Need to rewatch this one. It's been a while. I have that Wild East Blu-ray. Okay, there you go. You know what? I have to give it a rewatch too, but I remember fucking loving it. So yeah, that's why it's right here where it is, and at number 54. But you know what? Actually, I might watch this again after the stream. I might actually give it a rewatch tonight, because I do want to watch that one again. Hey, Orange Wetsuit is here. Hey, how's it going? This is great, this chat. Thanks. Oh, thank you for being here. No worries. Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, that's Duel in the Eclipse, 54. Number 53, that somebody mentioned this one earlier. I think someone did. Yeah, only a few films left. Let's put them there. Oh crap, there goes my list. All this shit that happens while live. Yeah, that's... Anyway. This next one stars, once again, Giuliano Gemma. Directed by Giorgio Faroni. And it has a 6.4 on IMDb. And I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favorite Gemma films. It is, again, 1965. And it is Blood for Silver Dollar. This time it is Blood for Silver Dollar. Which I love this one. The soundtrack for it, I think Tarantino used the soundtrack for this one. And that's, I forget which film, actually, but he used it. I think for Bastards. I think maybe Inglourious Bastards. But here's my German Blu-ray of that one. Also starring Ida Galli, who is known as Evelyn Stewart. Yeah, Giorgio Faroni directed that one. So there's the German Blu-ray for Blood for Silver Dollar. I like this one a lot. I think this is the one where, yeah, it starts with Gemma being released from prison, from the Confederate prison, I think, or from the Yankee prison, and they give him the guns back with the barrels like shortened or cut off, or like something to do with the barrels. And then that comes back to bite the bad guy in the ass at the end, because he tries to use that gun against Gemma and it doesn't work because, yeah, the barrel's been fixed. But yeah, it's a really good film. Or that spoiler for the ending, I guess, but it's a really, really good film, Blood for Silver Dollar, and I like the score for it. And yeah, this German Blu-ray has the Italian audio on it, the English audio, and the German audio, so it's multilingual. There you go. It covers the bases for everyone, I think. But yeah, it's a really good one. It's a Gemma favorite. It's a Gemma favorite of mine. I think that's for Duel in the Eclipse. Blood for Silver Dollar was top 3 Gemma. Well, yeah, there's a few more Gemmas to mention, but for me anyway. But it is definitely top 10, top 5. We still have quite a few Gemmas left. I think we have both Ringo films left. We have Days of Vengeance left. We have Bullet for the President left, aka The Price of Power. Yeah, there's still a few Gemmas that we haven't discussed yet, but yeah, this is definitely a big time favorite. Number 52 is a big one for Anthony Stefan. This might be actually my favorite Anthony Stefan film. This might actually be the last Anthony Stefan film we have to cover for this ranking. But it is definitely his best, in my opinion. And supposedly it influenced Clint Eastwood's High Plains Drifter, this one. Which I guess maybe I can see maybe why. The story is kind of similar. It has Django in the title. It's from 1971, directed by Sergio Garoni. Oh, actually no, it's 1969. If I said 71, that was incorrect. It should be 69. Anyway, it's Anthony Stefan and Django the Bastard, also known as The Stranger's Gundown, which this one is on YouTube if those are curious enough to watch it. And this one is really awesome. Anthony Stefan kind of plays like this ghostly gunslinger that comes back. It's kind of like High Plains Drifter, like I said. If you have seen High Plains Drifter with Eastwood, it's kind of like that. The main theme for this one, I actually rewatched this one recently. The main soundtrack theme, it sounds a lot like the James Bond theme. It has like bum 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 bum, kind of has that note in it. Yeah, it sounds very 007-esque. But Yeah, I love this film. Again, by Sergio Garoni. We mentioned him earlier. Great director, and this is a really good one where Anthony Stefan leaves the crosses for everyone. You know, he leaves the crosses with the date when they're going to die, and he's going to kill the people on the date that he puts on the crosses, which is a really cool concept. So yeah, people say he's a ghost, or it's kind of implied that he's a ghost, kind of like High Plains Drifter. And then people say Eastwood probably watched this one and it got the inspiration. I don't think Eastwood had time to watch a spaghetti western back in the 70s when he was being the kick-ass star that he was. I mean, he might. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of, you know, I'm playing devil's advocate on that one. I'm not really touching that too much. And maybe he might have or he might not have, you know. But there are similarities. There are similarities. I wonder how many spaghetti westerns there are. Oh, there's rumored to be between like 500 to 600. So yeah, considering I have 160, I'm barely scratching the surface, but still. Yeah, there's supposed to be like between 500 to 600. Yeah, you know, you said that earlier. I tried to watch an interview somewhere. I tried to research it, Google it somewhere. I have not come up with anything with Clint Eastwood saying that. So I tried to look for it, but I haven't seen it. So until I see that, I can also, you know, obviously, but yeah, I mean, he might not have, but watching them both back to back, the vibe and stuff is similar, but I would still say both are different enough where I don't think it's just a straight up copy or yeah. I've also heard the story being debunked that he bought the rights to remake it because people say High Plains Drift is like a remake. He bought the rights. That has been debunked. He has not bought any rights, but maybe he just liked the story and was like, let's do a story like it. Again, I wasn't there, so I cannot say for sure, and I also cannot say for sure that he didn't, if that makes sense. Anyway, we have two films left. We have one with Peely Lawrence left. No worries, Ramon. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. We're almost wrapping up anyway. Nice one. Yes, yeah, you know, yeah. Believe me, I'm. When it comes to spaghetti westerns, I try to know my shit. I recommend this book, which it covers pretty much all you need to know about spaghetti westerns, and it also has the index of every single spaghetti western made. In the back here with every year and stuff, like 1966 right there. It lists every spaghetti western from 66. Any Gun Can Play by Kevin Grant, the Bible of spaghetti westerns. Everything you need to know right here. So that's another plug for Kevin Grant's awesome book. But yeah, that's where I get a lot of my information. And yes, like Mike says, that's a damn good book. It is a must-have, and it absolutely is. Especially if you're even somewhat interested into the genre, this is yeah, that's the Bible right there. I have two numerous times. Anyway, number 51. Let's wrap up the ranking with the last two picks. We have another Peely Lawrence film, like I said earlier, from 1971. This one, directed by Leon Klimovsky and Sergio Bergonzali, which this is like I said, early 70s spaghetti western, but it's really decent still. I really love this one, and this came out recently in the last 2 years in Germany on a German Blu-ray, and it is Hands Up, Dead Man, You're Under Arrest, or Raise Your Hands, Dead Man, You're Under Arrest, or the Germans have Sandokid on there, which I don't know what Sandokid has to do with this film, but Sandokid speaks the last or utters the last hallelujah, I guess is the translation of that. But yeah, Explosive Media Blu-ray. And again, I like Peely Lawrence a lot, and this is a film that is a favorite of mine. I really, really like this one. It also has Aldo Sambrell, the great Aldo Sambrell in this one, great character actor of the genre in this one. Music by Alessandro can never pronounce that at one go. Anyway, that guy, Alessandro Alessandrini. the guy who does the whistling for all the Morricone tracks, like Fistful of Dollars, the whistling guy, that's him. He also did the soundtracks for a few of these films himself, so expect some great whistling and stuff. But yeah, I like Hands Up Dead Man, You're Under Arrest, or Raise Your Hands Dead Man. Yeah, again, it's very reasonably priced as well. Yeah, there you go, 25 quid in the UK. There you go, that's the price down there. You can also now get a hardcover one. But yeah, Explosive Media is one of the top labels for sure. Germany, man. It's not just the spaghetti western. It's not just the Blu-ray capital of the world. It is the spaghetti western capital of the world as well when it comes to releases. Yeah, definitely add that to your watch list then, Mike, because it's one I highly recommend, obviously, because it is number 51. Anyway, number 50. It's probably for the best that Ramon has left us, because I know Ramon is a particular fan of this spaghetti western comedy. I like it. Obviously, it's arrived here at number 50, but not, enough to put it any higher than what it is right here. This one is produced by Sergio Leone, directed by Tonino Valerie, starring Henry. I wanted to say Henry Hill because of Goodfellas. No, Terence Hill and Henry Fonda. Henry Hill. Okay, maybe it's getting a little too long now at 2 hours and 40 minutes. But anyway, Henry Fonda and Terence Hill in My Name Is Nobody, which is a great spaghetti western comedy. Even though, again, everybody knows I don't dig the comedies that much, but this one is the exception because it has a great feel to it, this film. The comedic scenes don't really intrude too much on the rest of the film, on the rest of the story anyway. I mean, it's a good story of an old gunfighter like, Henry Fonda and this young up-and-coming gunfighter played by Terence Hill. And here's my German DVD of it. I do still have to get this one on Blu-ray, to be fair. I really do need a Blu-ray copy of this one because it does deserve it, to be honest. It does deserve it. Yeah, this is a really good one. If you want to know more about this film, we have done a podcast episode on this one on our Westerns for Life podcast. So, you know what? After the stream, actually, you know what? I can leave the link right now in the comment and in the live chat. Actually, I am going to leave the link to that. Plug my two co-hosts and plug our podcast some more. Why not? We have done an episode on that one. Gonna just copy the link there, and then we're gonna drop that in there. There you go. And if you guys haven't checked out that episode of our podcast, the link is now available. It's in there. So yeah, My Name Is Nobody at number 50, and that concludes this ranking, this part 2 of the ranking of the top 160 spaghetti westerns of my collection. Again, there was one exception, which we're going to mention in the recap. But yeah, it is indeed My Name Is Nobody. Yeah, it looks like Mike Barrett is on my side with the comedic spaghettis. Yeah, I definitely do not mind My Name Is Nobody in the slightest. I mean, it had to make the top 50. So with it being on at number 50, I think that's a really, really good, solid place for it. Again, maybe some people would have it higher, but personal tastes and all that stuff. But anyway, let's do a recap, and then we're gonna wrap up. And I'm gonna watch a spaghetti western after this. Anyway, so number 100. Here's the recap, guys. Number 100, Hole in the Forehead. Number 99 is The Specialist. Then we have The Bounty Killer at number 98. Sky Full of Stars for a Roof at 97. Ace High at 96. Night of the Serpent or Nest of Vipers at 95. May God Forgive You, But I Won't or Not Me at 94. In a Cold Shadow at 93. Star Black or Johnny Cold at 92. This is the one I don't have, but this is the only cheat in my list because I do love the film Days of Violence with Peter Lee Lawrence at number 91. Sartano's Hair, Trade Your Pistol for a Coffin at number 90. The Hills Run Red at 89. The Man Who Shot Billy the Kid at 88. Twice the Judas at 87. The Light Diffuse Sartanas coming at 86. The Price of Death at 85. Shoot the Living and Pray for the Dead at 84. Sorry. The Stranger and the Gunfighter at 80. That one is 83. Yeah. The Dirty Outlaws at 82. Django the Last Killer at 81. Ben and Charlie at 80. Another spaghetti western comedy that has come pretty high in the list. Requiescant or Kill and Pray at 79. Vengeance at 78. California at 77. $7 to Kill at 76. One After the Other at 75. The Ruthless Four at number 74. Sonny and Jet at 73. Texas Adios at 72. I Want 'Em Dead at 71. No Room to Die at 70. Garingo at 69. Run Man Run 68. Johnny Oro or Ringo and the Golden Pistol at 67. Gatling Gun at 66. Adios Gringo at 65. The Stranger Returns at 64. No Room to Die at 63. Blackjack, Jack, 62. Massacre Time at 61. I Am Sartana, Angel of Death at 60. The Return of Sabata at 59. Adios Sabata at 58. Bandidos at 57. Arizona Cold or The Man from Nowhere at 56. The Grand Duel at 55. Requiem for a Gringo at 54. Blood for a Silver Dollar at 53. Django the Bastard at 52. Hands Up Dead Man, You're Under Arrest at 51. And then My Name is Nobody for number 50. So if you guys want to know what number 50 to number 1 is, tune in probably next week for when I do that stream. Probably it will be next Sunday. I'm probably going to keep that thing on the Sunday then, because I am off work next Sunday, so I can easily do that. So it will most likely be next Sunday when I conclude this this big, massive undertaking of a ranking. But got some more comments and then wrap up for realsies. Dave says the Morricone title track, My Name is Nobody, is amazing. Yes, I have the soundtrack of it on CD. It's up there somewhere. That's where I have my soundtracks up there. It is a cool soundtrack by Morricone for sure. No worries, Dave. And yes, thanks everyone who did tune in, and everybody that's hopefully will watch this on the playback. I mean, the last one has done quite well on the playback, so fingers crossed. Bronson Wright Wolf, Shanghai Noon is my favorite Western. Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Yes, I do love Shanghai Noon. It's a really good. I haven't seen it in ages though, but I do like it. Not a spaghetti western, but it's a really good. I do like it. It's a good comedy western. One of the few comedy westerns I do actually like. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Entertaining evening. See you on the top 50 stream. Yes. Hopefully I will see some of you there. Where you all will find out what are the best spaghetti western, the ultimate best spaghetti westerns in my opinion. Like when we get to like the top 20 and especially the top 10 and stuff. So yeah, that's coming up next week. Thank you, Andy. And yeah, thank you, Mr. Dan. See you later, fellas. I got some westerns to watch. Yes, there's definitely a few that I highly recommend. So I'm glad you enjoyed the Hellbenders. No, really, I'm really glad that you enjoyed that one because. Yeah, Hellbenders is great. Again, that's one that we will be mentioning next week. Mike Barrett says I would say this list is pretty accurate so far. Great stream. Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I mean it's not easy. This definitely was not easy. Again, Dave asked what was the biggest list I had to do. This one. This was the hardest. I mean the top 50, right up until what we covered today, like right up until My Name is Nobody. I mean, obviously you don't know the other ones yet, but. That was the easiest one. From that point on, it became so hard to put this together with the other ones, and especially when we got to the top 100. Ooh, that's when things got tough. But anyway, I do appreciate that. Definitely still so many. Yeah, I mean, there's some great ones out there, and a lot of them are on YouTube. Like I said, they're out there. If you look for them, you definitely might just find them. Anyway, I'm gonna roll another clip. Of let's roll a big montage and to I actually got an outro. I actually do have an outro. I learned from my good buddy Gareth Video Tasties to have an outro of a movie clip. It's not like James Mason's Chow or something, but it's spaghetti western related. So let's have one of our spaghetti western stars sign us out on this one, and let's hear from the great Eli Wallach as Tuco Benedicto Pacifico Juan Ramirez, known as the Rat. And with that, I'm going to be bidding you adios, compañeros, and let's hear it from good old Tuco. And we'll see you next time. Westerns for life, guys.
Hey, blood! You know what you are! Just